Welcome to another episode of Design in Progress. We got
Yeah.
a root jammy episode for you today. Zero and I have been working hard for the last week coming up with our root jam faction, so we want to test that out to try and get some um, feedback so that we can make adjustments over the next week and hopefully get some stuff going well. Joining us for this silly ass test is Rudy.
Hello.
He's going to be playing Zerogamers Illusionist Vagabond, which we will go over in a second, and Slugface Killer, who should say hello at some point. I'm sure
Hi.
he will. There we go. He'll be playing the rats. We're also going to be using a scenario of his that I don't. You've
Called the Fifth Ruin.
called the Fifth Ruin. You published this, but we haven't played it, or I haven't played it yet. I've
Well,
seen.
you've played half of
I've played half of a game with you with
twice.
it twice. Oh my gosh,
And
yeah.
then quit.
Yeah.
A quitter.
Like a quitter who has small children
Like
to take care
like
of
a
during the middle of the
chicken.
day, right?
Like a chicken. Like this chicken right here.
Oh my gosh, you and your items. You have an item for everything.
Speaking of
Uh,
items,
Speaking of
look
items,
at this.
why don't
Blast from the
you?
past.
Jeez, yeah, that is a blast from the past. Um, why don't you go over the fifth ruin real quick, and then we'll go over the rest of the stuff.
All right. We'll put these here as our spirit animals. All right. So the Fifth Ruin is a scenario, adds a Fifth Ruin. What do you know? It adds a Fifth Ruin and rare items. So either the hammer, the tea, the crossbows, the coins, or the ring. Which is a fancy item you can see there if you zoom in on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
It's used for the legend scenario because there's a scenario space on that, but you can also use it on other maps. Setup is a little finicky because of depending on if you have games with the warlord or the vagabond or both or what map you're using. So there's a lot of text on the front of the thing, but once you get it set up, it's pretty easy peasy. The second backside is a nice little just about preparing it, your steps that you go through, showing your different rare items, which are either prowess or command. Obviously, I think it's in a vagabond game, you remove. Oh, if you're not using the scenario space, which we are not because there is no scenario system on this map, you remove the prowess items to keep the warlord from just murderizing everybody.
Makes sense.
Just for balance sake, so you use the command items only, either the coins or the thing. With the legends map, the scenario space is protected, therefore you can include the prowess items in there. What is the ring? The ring is a way for your group to write their own legend. That comes with a couple blank ring rule cards, and your group can decide what it does. And there's also a couple that I've included, 12 ring rules as examples. We've taken out 3 from this game that remove capture rules. We're going to be playing with capture rules on the little rules card. There's either ring bearer rules that affect the bearer of the ring. The bearer, of course, is the person who has it in their crafted items box, satchel, or hoard. Capture rules marked with the claw, and these rules specify ways that they can capture the ring from another player. See, not all rules are compatible with capture rules. Those are the ones we've
Abscond.
taken out.
Mm-hmm.
So we've taken out the ones that have the no claw. And then exhaust rules. So these rules involve exhausting the ring for an action or effect, which you don't pair with ring bearer rules. You either have a ring bearer one or an exhaust one, and then you draw a capture as well. So you can either choose them in advance, or what we're going to do is draw them randomly. So say we have a ring bearer rule, such as the power of the Schwartz, and then we'll draw until we get a capture rule, which would be pickpockets. So this would work for our game, but of course, we're going to wait until the ring is discovered. The ring goes onto the in the hoard as a command item,
but can be stolen from the rats
with one of the capture rules.
with a
Yes.
capture rule. Yes, yes. Okay.
So it can be captured by for something like an exhaust or a ring bearer rule. It could also be used with any faction who takes the ring.
Exactly. All right. Cool. That sounds like it. That's everything. Yeah. if I remember correctly.
The hardest part is putting it on the board. So right now we've got the 4 ruins are mixed. The 5th one is mixed in here, so we don't know where the ring is of these 5 clearings. It just goes in the on a regular map. It goes in the clearing with the most empty spaces, no ruin, and lowest priority, which in our case was 10.
Right. I think that's 9, or is it 10? I can't remember. My brain. All right, I'm gonna go over the Ravagers real quick. Because
was it 9 or is it 10? That's important. I'll look it up while you're doing that.
You look it up while I do this. The Ravagers are a faction where you can, in a sense, capture other players' buildings or tokens while they're on the board, and that is how you get points. As they are frogs, they spawn along the river and can move along the river with the swimmer's ability, just like the otters. And their buildings, these siege engines, when you place them out, you can place them underneath an existing building or a token that is in the clearing where you are placing them. The kind of wonky-fonky thing, which we're trying out, is there's a little bit of a deck builder element to it. So you start out with these 4 bird cards, and at the end of your daylight, you'll get to add as many cards as you'd like to this deck. And the way your daylight works, or sorry, the end of your birdsong works, is you basically build a decree every single turn. But you have to build it left to right, and you must put at least one thing in the column to the left of the column that you want to add to, if that makes sense. So before you can add anything to camp, you have to place something in move. And then before you put anything in battle, you have to put at least one thing into camp. So you have a lot of opportunities to put stuff into move, less into camp, less in battle, and less into siege. You only start out putting 4 out. As you go along, you can start putting a couple more into these slots. That is mostly it. For those playing today, you'll need to know one thing. Their tokens, which is what they use the camp action for, do nothing except for if they are in a clearing at the beginning of your turn, they can return them to their supply to replace them with one of their buildings or with a warrior. So they have some sneaky extra recruiting from those tokens, or they can use them to kind of instantly, at the beginning of their turn, put a building underneath whatever's in that clearing.
And we can't delete our dice because we need them.
Right. That's number 2 of their weird things, which is they're super good at fighting. So when they attack, they always roll 3 dice. When they attack, they take the 2 highest. And when they are defending, they take, or my gosh, my brain. When they attack, they take the highest and the lowest. So they take the biggest disparity. And when they're defending, they take the 2 lowest. So it's really hard to actually deal damage to them. But they've only got 15 warriors, which might go down depending on how good this ability is. I haven't actually played
Was
Under
Siege
deal lots of damage.
Was Under Siege only supposed to be active when there's a siege engine?
It was at the beginning, and I changed it just to see what happens. We'll find out today what happens.
All right.
Because I think it's more fun. The problem was you was only on the people who you were under sieging, but that the people who you're sieging give you a point, so you were only getting bonuses to attack the people who were already giving you points. So it was a kind of weirdness. The last bit of
weirdness.
Yeah, the last bit of weirdness for the Ravagers is that once they put a building or token under siege, they are the only person who can destroy that building until their siege engine is destroyed. So that building or token is protected from everybody else in the game. If that makes sense.
We will see.
Mm-hmm.
We will see.
Yes, we'll see if it makes sense. Zero, I will remind you that all of these actions do not cost you cards. The first 3, they just go right back into the deck.
Right.
Your
Siege
siege
specifically
your,
says to spend.
your
Yep.
siege action does spend things.
Yes.
And then we did play with the Illusionist a long time ago. But basically, it has an ability that lets it give a torch to redirect a battle.
Yes. There's two important clarifying things about that ability.
Mhm.
That like they're not like obvious, but they're also not hidden. But I just want to make sure that they're clear. So you can only give the torch to a non-hostile faction. It says that on the card, but I just want to reiterate that. So if you're hostile to everyone, your ability is useless.
Okay.
And then the second thing is you can get your torch back the standard way of aiding people.
Yeah. Okay.
And it also has to go into a crafted item box, so you can't.
So you could never do it with Warlord.
Right. So you're
Or
basically
another
just
Vagabond.
right. So we'll just be going back and forth
Imagine
between.
you just hand your torch to another Vagabond turn 1.
Here, have this.
Have this.
You give it to the wizard.
3
Um,
torches.
So that was quite a lot of crazy stuff. All of it's, or most of it, is pretty low key. It just takes a lot of explaining. With
I
that,
feel like the ring's probably the most extra.
right. But even that is not actually that complicated once we figure it out.
And it usually doesn't even come out right away.
Right, especially with a warlord, he's gonna have to actually burn some stuff down.
Also, do we know for sure it's a ring in this game, or could it just be coins?
We
I think
put
you-
specifically the
We
ring.
put
We chose to
specifically
put the
the
ring
ring.
in
Okay.
specifically.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause we wanted to try out more of the freak stuff.
fun
Right, and
stuff.
all of that is also to say we're also using Dawn and Dusk deck because why not? This is actually the first time we're using Dawn and Dusk with the final art, the final wording, the final of
Ooh.
everything. So this is the first official time that we're using the final deck. So I'm super
exciting.
stoked for that.
The final official final.
Really,
We'll never change.
really actually final this time version 2.
The finally final.
And
Art
with
final
that,
play.
why don't you take us away, Slug?
To where?
Slug's not going
To the
first.
woodlands.
Oh no, Slug is going
Slug is
first.
going
Sorry.
first, yeah.
I was looking at the board weird.
Slug's the first player.
So I'll put 2 here. I will anoint myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I will
Get
choose
anointed.
Grandiose. And then I shall craft this tea. Yoink.
Well,
Starting with T. All right.
And I will
The hell?
go
Oh
here.
yeah, we added. Slug made some very pretty items.
Oh, it's because you reset the board. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because in real life Root, the items are actually quite a bit smaller. So Slug did us all of the honor of making them smaller. But then
I like them tiny. They're cute.
I like them too.
I like them bigger for clarity.
it's fine. Just zoom in on your computer.
Yeah, that's what Alt is for.
That's an extra step for me that I don't want.
No. I just play zoomed in at max on TTS.
Constantly,
Yeah.
your entire screen is just one meeple.
Actually, when you
It's
zoom in all the
actually
way,
less than.
you
It
just
goes
see
through
the
the
background.
table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've never done that before? It's fun.
Mm. What mood did you
If you're zoomed
choose?
in max, you don't even
Grandiose.
see a full
I chose
table.
Grandiose. I kind of regret it. Oh, I have 2 prowess though. Right.
Mm.
Right.
Maybe I don't want a Grandiose. How does a rat work again?
It's been a while.
He's
I guess
too
I
weird.
should have Jubilant instead.
I mean,
that
you
makes more
can't
sense.
grandiose now, but
Well, because I would have done that first, and then
right.
craft.
No, that's fair. I'm just saying, from the future, you can't grandiose though.
Yeah, that's fine.
From this
But
point
then-
forward.
Lost your
Um,
opportunity.
Yeah, you want to be jubilant. You
I
want
believe so.
Sure.
I believe
Don't
so.
take all my items.
And
He's gonna
then-
try real
you can
hard.
Go grandiose.
And
Okay,
then
we
I
can
have
just-
what?
It's
And then
okay. I'm gonna get the ring, and then you're gonna be sorry.
Because how do I do this?
Except he'll be able to capture the ring at some point.
So I
No.
moved. I can't build, and then I would prowess. I'll just prowess.
Quebec words.
I guess so. I don't really need to.
Mm.
Yeah, I'll prowess backwards. No, I won't. I'm not even gonna prowess at all. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it to Beaver.
Okay.
And then yeah, well, let's just insight. Yoink. Mouse back
One
here.
of these two. Yeah, you could also go here if you want.
No. Yeah, no. Number 2. Oh my God! Somebody switched it with a mouse die. 2, 3.
Go here or there. Now you gotta go there.
Snake eyes. Oh, here.
Nope, down here. Yeah.
All right.
This
I
is,
score
this
nothing.
Is great.
There's a lot
Great.
of cardboard on the board, everybody. Let's just
Go for it.
mop it
Only
up.
draw 1 card.
I'm gonna get rid of this random chicken in front of me. I do place my 1 wood right here. Then I will overwork to get another wood. Then we're gonna do our good old build overwork build. Well, build from that overwork, and I think we're gonna go with this here and this up here, and I am going to spend this forced vigil to take a recruit action. There and there. And then I am also going to spend this action to attack this mob. That one goes away. I got 1 point for the mob.
Slam bush.
2 points. 1, 2. Are you slam-bushing me? Or are you
No.
just joking?
That's not even a real word.
I was like, oh my gosh, an ambush! How
That's
dare
not a
he?
real word.
And then I just draw my 1 measly card. Oh lordy, I've been blessed. All right, take us away, Illusionist.
Okay, I should have thought about this. I will slip into here. Hello, my friends. And we will see what we get. That's the ring, baby. Turn 1.
All right. Turn 1 ring.
Let's
So we got
find out.
the friendship ring. So this is an exhaust rule, so the bearer may exhaust the ring in evening to either move an enemy's relationship marker 1 space to the right, including from hostile to indifferent, or in clearings with
Ooh.
their pieces, treat all of one enemy's pieces as if they were not the pieces of an enemy until the end of turn.
So is that for like any?
That would also help the rat.
All of one.
Right, because I could choose the cat.
Right, and it's
pieces.
only an evening.
Yeah, so I could exhaust it and choose the cat to be friends with a cat, and then I would be able to score.
So
price
weirdly,
for
it's
clearings with
only
cats.
useful for a vagabond, a rat, or the Woodland Alliance. Because you would treat all of one enemy pieces as if they were not pieces of an enemy, and thus you would be able to move out of a clearing, maybe?
Yep.
Interesting. Cool.
And we've got pickpockets. So our capture rule is pickpockets. On their turn, a player can reveal any number of cards matching the clearing of the bearer and roll 1 battle die. They discard an equal number of those revealed cards, birds first, and return any remaining cards to their hand. If any cards return to their hand, they capture the ring.
All right. I have to parse that for a second. Reveal any number of cards matching a card, an equal number of those.
So if you
Yep.
reveal 4 cards, you definitely get the ring, but you also might lose 3 cards.
Yeah, so
right?
say you put up 2 cards,
Right.
and then this rolls a 2, you would lose both cards,
and you don't get it.
and you would not, since you're not returning cards to your hand, you don't take the
Okay,
ring.
I got it now. I got it.
So you're basically putting them up for ante. You're like basically paying I'm paying this many mice to try to steal it, but will they succeed? If not, I've got to pay for them to go underground.
Great.
I gotta say though, this friendship ring works out pretty well, specifically with the illusionists too.
Yeah, I was thinking that. We've been thinking for the past 1 minute about what we can do.
Do some absurd, annoying things.
Is it only? It's only as defender though, illusionist.
Yeah, only as defender.
Yeah. Okay. Beautiful.
Or I guess it should say it says when you would be attacked. So
Yes.
I feel like our frog meeple needs to be. It's about the right size.
yeah, no, it's about the right side. They're just a little slim, is all.
It's a test meeple.
Well,
It's a glorious.
alone.
Just a little bit taller, maybe.
Leave it alone.
That's fine.
that's for you.
Aid.
You're aiding moi?
I'm aiding Vu, and not that card actually. Just
Oh, okay,
kidding.
great.
I cannot aid you that card.
He was joking. Just a joke.
I'm just kidding.
Just a
Or do I
prank.
want to be extra nice to you?
Yeah, be extra
No.
nice.
We're gonna be extra nice to you on a future turn.
Okay, cool. Oh,
That's like still
I-
pretty nice.
That's like medium nice at the very
Yeah.
least.
So that's 2 points.
Not
for
aggressively
defense
nice,
one.
but you know.
Well, some might say that that's aggressive. Do. Let's just. What happened? Wasn't there a mob here?
I
Okay.
killed it because I had
Oh, thank you.
I had 2 bird cards in my starting hand. I was just
I'm
like,
a huge fan of that.
and I was like, let me help this vagabond. Let's. Rats are scary.
rats are
are
scary.
scary.
In this game. I don't know how punchy your
Frogs are?
We're about to
Frogs are.
fucking find out.
Yeah.
I mean, they have an awesome battle ability. It's just I don't know. They basically
I
to
feel
get to
like-
battling, they have to place at least 1 bivouac. So
I'm pretty
might fuck
scared
with
of the
them a little.
rats right here, so I'm gonna run away. As
Hey,
far as I can, run away.
Just a note, endgame though, we definitely need to rename Under Siege. It doesn't make any sense.
no, yeah, 100%. I was gonna do like Masters at Armor.
Is it like on top of Siege?
Boo, boo, boo. And then I.
Oh, that was
It kind of is, right?
that was
Except it has
horrible.
nothing to do with the Siege engines.
right.
Yeah,
It,
remember, again, it used to though.
it used to, but it was
used
basically not too boring. It was just like
It's jamming.
right. It was
Let
like
it
it was
jam.
like a cool ability. I was like, just fuck it, let's do the cool dice ability all the time. Because why in the fuck not? You know?
Slug, with this, do you get the points for improving your?
Well, it would have to stay improved until you could aid.
Right.
Okay,
so
no.
it just
Right,
So
improved.
it's not like
That's why it's
oh,
ex-
I
that's why it's
improved,
exhaust
so I
in
get the
evening.
1 point plus.
That's
2
why it's
points.
exhaust in evening,
Yeah.
because you would have to be in evening, which then you're beyond the part where you can aid.
Right, but you
So
don't-
You,
you
could
don't-
exhaust it in evening.
Right, but you don't get the points for moving up, is what he's saying, right?
Okay, that makes sense.
But you
are
did aid just
content.
now, right?
You did.
I did aid.
Yeah,
so this
sorry.
should be
Yeah,
good,
sorry.
yeah.
That was my bad. I was moving things around that I should not have
So you
been.
should have 2 points, yeah.
And I have 2 points. So I will draw 2 cards, and then I need to quest freshen.
Good job remembering.
I've been repeating that in my head for the past 30 minutes. Okay, it was never my turn, so it is now.
Oh yeah, because I haven't. Because
Turn
on
on turns,
turns.
yeah.
as always, I don't
I
have.
might need to
As
adjust that.
usual.
Oh, what happened? What did the frogs do?
What do you mean?
Frogs didn't do anything yet.
Oh, it says it's my turn.
Yeah,
'cause
because
he
I
just turned on turn
just
tracker.
turned on turns.
Okay, well now what the frogs do is they spawn some froggy frogs.
You get 3 as even as possible.
Really, just kind of wherever I want to go.
Right, but one in each.
Along the river. Yeah.
Right.
So we're gonna try. Let's try this. Okay. So put down the 3. Then engines of war. Place any number of the bivouacs with either a warrior or the siege engine, or I guess barricade, as it's called now.
Right. There's a lot of renaming that has to happen.
Yeah. So here's the thing, and I realize this: you can't do it with the mob tokens specifically because they destroy stuff.
Well, you can.
You
for this
could.
turn, and then your next, as soon as their turn. I mean, that's what
happening?
That's what you use to craft, and it gets you a point. So it might be worth it for you to just do that.
What is happening?
So he could, at the beginning of his turn, he can turn.
He emerged.
He emerged, and then he can turn bivouacs into either siege engines or warriors automatically at the start of his turn.
Yeah, so he could protect my mob.
Right, so he could protect your mob if he wanted to.
Right, your mob would then also destroy it at the beginning of your next turn.
Right. So he
Well,
gets a point,
do.
but you also get a point.
Please do protect my mob.
I mean, I could see an instance where, like, if you had tea and really wanted to craft it, that you would do something like that. But
yeah, but I don't need to do that. So I'm just gonna turn into a frog warrior for now.
okay.
I turned my view around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then I have to do the whole decree thing, the hopping orders.
Hopping orders.
Very clever.
Because like marching orders. Bloop, bloop. So you're gonna double battle. Great.
Okay. And then I believe we just take the orders. Yes.
Yep. Then you take them in order, but you don't have to do everything. So if that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like the Badger's decree, but you have to do them in boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
So you're just like coming to obliterate me?
Yes. Move. I'm going to throw down a camp. Sorry, one of my bivouacs. And then we're gonna battle.
Sorry, how did you get that far?
They can walk along rivers. They're swimmers.
Oh. Okay. Okay. I'm powerless.
Roll those 3 dice.
Turn 1, smash me away.
You got it. So it's a 3 and a 1.
That's pretty fucked up.
That's pretty strong. It's pretty spicy.
Pretty spicy.
Well, especially like the moving through rivers as well, right? Because it's like your
Your
first turn, you've got
half the board on.
yeah.
Mm.
Anyways,
No, well,
off
I
we
mean
go.
that's what the test is for. This is a very in progress day at Design in Progress.
Yep. Yep. Take me out.
Let's see here. I did grab too many frogs. I meant to leave one back here, but that's fine. Yeah, and then I just battle again.
I guess. Have you done like the odds for these?
Yeah, I did the odds, and it's like about up 10% for you hitting numbers and down 10% for your defenders hitting, which is, yeah, it's a lot. That's why I'm trying to figure out. It might be that they only get like 10 warriors or something crazy like that. Because I like the cleanliness of the ability, but I want
this
to.
turn 1 is pretty crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that could also be that they just
I think even
start...
just like a starting position of that's a bit more.
Right, it could just be that
starting with 3, right? Because you're adding in stuff right away, right?
Right. So it could be that they just start with 3 dudes, or they just start with 2. You know, it might be that the literally the amount of guys they start with just needs to be smaller.
Like, can you imagine that they what was it if they were against birds and they went first?
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
All right, bye birds.
Today we learned things. We'll continue on, but
no.
We're
We're just talking, right? Like that's what we're here for. Is
Mhm.
that is that it?
That's it.
Yeah.
There was one thing too. So the original version of this ability, like the surrounded part here, because this is kind of where we got the fundamental aspect of the
Mm-hmm.
game going, or this faction going. The original version of this is whenever they would remove a token, they instead put the barricades around it.
Right, and that got shifted around a little bit. So
Right. I think it's reasonable to maybe go back to that.
could be. We'll think on it. Yeah. Anyway, that was you. Did you draw?
I did not draw, but I didn't finish up the rest of the stuff.
Oh, that's
either,
right. Yeah.
So, but these go back into the deck. I'm also gonna
With
add
three cards. Why not?
Yeah, and then you flip that over and actually shuffle them now. There we go.
There we go.
Deck-
I don't score any points because I didn't actually set up any of the
Right.
things. Don't have any of the craft.
Right. I
don't
mean,
draw
that's the other
card.
thing. He did this giant thing, which definitely crippled you, but it also didn't like. He'd only starts drawing cards after his second siege engine goes down and gets another
Yeah.
action after his third.
Yeah.
So he kind of maybe also screwed himself by doing what he just did.
Well,
I mean, we'll see though. I feel
yeah.
like my
it's like,
respawn.
I don't know
Yeah, I
why
forgot.
you would add cards in if they were not birds.
Because
That's the same for any decree.
because to do this siege, you have to start discarding cards. So you
What
want
siege?
yeah, the last ability, which actually lets you put out the siege engines, you have to discard the card. It doesn't go back into the deck; it goes to the discard pile. So you don't want to be. You want birds for these three, but not birds for this one, basically. If that makes sense.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So you want to add a couple suited cards to be able to hopefully be able to throw that in the last one and then get rid of it and then keep the
Yeah.
odds.
I feel like that's also very hopeful though, like because don't you draw one by one? So if you
You
have
do
like
draw
a
one by
fox
one.
card in here, so it's like, oh well, now my fox is my move.
Right. I mean, you only start with 4, and then eventually you can be putting out 5 and eventually 6. So you need to start adding as many cards as possible, kind of.
I mean, in this game, I'm not gonna have a lot of opportunities to actually put stuff under siege,
I mean,
especially with the rats. Like, I have to basically only go for cats if I want those.
yeah. I mean, yeah. It was unfortunate that it spread here. Otherwise, you could have just moved here and placed something under siege. I mean, depends how stronghold heavy goes. If I were playing rats, you'd have plenty of targets because I literally build strongholds every single turn.
Well, I'm just like, I'm afraid to even move because I don't know, because you can just dig so deep in
Go
me.
hit him.
Yeah, but he's also got 3 cards. So if I get ambushed, then I'm pretty much toast, right?
Toasty woasty.
Well, I can tell you that he does not have a mouse ambush.
Is there a mouse ambush in the discard? Is that how you know?
No. I mean, what might be a more interesting thing for the 3 dice is that you when you're attacking, you take the 2 higher ones, and when you're defending, you take the 2 lower. So you do a lot of damage, but you also take a lot of damage when you're attacking people.
Yeah.
But then it's
But then
yeah.
But then when people come and attack you, you're not taking as much, but they're not also taking as much. That might be a better way to do it also, in addition to starting with significantly fewer frogs.
So why they anyways. So I guess I'm doing that. I'm going bitter, and I'm gonna go over here. Wait, what is this? Oh, the one before the roll, place one. And adjacent clearings. Oh, that's not very good. It's not as good as I thought. Before the roll.
You reading a card from your hand, or
I'm just reading bitter.
Oh, yeah. You could get...
I would only be getting like one warrior, right?
Right. I mean, you'd have to attack here. If you attacked here, you'd get 3, but yeah, I assume you want to try and go sit on that ruin.
Pretty much have to, I think.
Well, if you go here, then you get 2, because you get this one. Oh, you can't take this one off. Dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, you could, but then that would defeat the point.
Yeah, so I guess I'll just go stubborn.
Should have crafted boat builders.
It's dawn dusk. It's off trails that you want to be
Off
crafting.
trails. Yeah, I don't know if off trails makes these adjacent for that.
No, because it's only when moving.
Only when moving.
So
Once a turn when moving. To prevent just such chicanery.
I don't know. We should change the card that it's just like once per turn may treat all clearings
No,
adjacent to a forest as adjacent.
That adds a lot of silliness.
I'll be
I
back
like
in
silly.
just-
so I guess I'm attacking
Le frog?
cats, I
Alright.
guess.
Sure. Cat. Let's cat it up. Go for it.
Well, it's like frogs have such powerful defense that it just seems kind of pointless.
2-0. Yoink.
And then I'll prowess back here.
What do they have right now? 15 warriors?
Against
They have
cats.
15, but they could go down to 12 or even 10.
So cats ambush.
No, I did not. Is that here?
Yeah.
Ah, shit. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I thought you were asking about the other one. It's fine. We're good.
And then I draw 1 and pray.
What is my actual cat doing? That's the real question. Ring. Oh. Alrighty. I get 1 wood here and 1 wood up here.
By the way, I was gonna ask Endgame, are you taking any notes?
I'm taking mental notes. If you want to take physical notes, you can.
I'm taking
What if I
mental
took
notes.
digital notes?
Physical, digital, physiological. You know, whatever you want to do, my brother.
Oh, we need to update the doc we were using.
Yeah, we do.
You made a lot of changes, like on the board.
Yeah, I'm a fucking heathen. Is what it really is. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go move.
Did I just hear a? Oh, I
You
did.
did. Move. Build a recruiter for 2 points. And then, oh god. And then recruit. Because I'm scared of literally everybody. Oop. Both of these would come off.
I just realized there's not really much point in what I did. Anyways.
I draw 2 cards.
Because I flip, move,
Yeah.
explore.
Yeah.
I might not do that. I was just thinking about whether I do that or not.
You can come get this ruin and we be friends.
That's that would be the other plan. I'm just gonna hate it if that's the hammer.
Yeah, that'd be sad. I mean, that's why literally in games with Vagabond, when I play the Warlord, I don't even bother with mobs. I'm just like, look, you're gonna get them all. I'm just gonna craft stuff. I build a lot of strongholds and craft everything that I draw.
Yeah.
Because it's just, they're gonna beat you to it all, unless you literally, forced them on turn 1.
If this
Which I
isn't the
couldn't because I went
hammer-
first.
Right.
Yeah. This isn't the hammer, then I don't care.
And I wouldn't be able to anyways because of their ability.
No, they can't. Oh yeah, because they could give it to somebody else to do it.
Because everybody's out. So they could have just given it to the cats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's fine. My bad.
I'm gonna be nice. And I'll regret it later. We'll just, we won't flip. We'll explore here. That's a sword. That's a point. I do actually kind of miss the little point markers in the do.
The what?
In the what? In the two?
In the Winter Tournament mod. I do kind of like the plus minus.
Fancy.
It's
I
very
like-
fancy.
I like real life. As close as possible.
It's very, very analog. I don't mind this at all. It's good. What am I doing
And I'm back.
this game? Do I have a cat with me? I do not.
Nope. I ran away.
You did run away.
There's a cat to the south of you, so
You want me to come here? Come hit some frogs?
you can do whatever you want. I mean, frogs are almost certainly an issue, but
Oh, you know what's really funny? I can move, like, I could aid frogs for a point, hit them, and then aid, like, use the, oh no, because I have to
ring.
do that in evening.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, then you, like, move them back into here and then aid them for a point again. But this has to be done in evening, so
Right.
that doesn't
probably
actually
specifically
work.
because of that.
He's thought of everything.
Sad.
One or two things.
Mm.
What are we gonna do? I
Well,
only have one boot too.
right. You had one there and one there, plus 3. I'm just wondering, what if the frogs literally started with nothing on the board?
That's what I was gonna suggest, but
And
I felt it was a little extreme.
and the first emerge is just boom, they're there.
The new Woodland Alliance.
Right.
A bunch of frogs that are hopping mad.
Right.
It's like a Croaker's Coven.
Right.
Oh, is that what Croakers? See, again, too many frog factions.
There's only like 5.
It's far less than bees and spiders. People want.
Okay, I think I'm ending. I really don't know what I'm doing with this game.
I mean, you got 2 swords already, so, and you have the magic friendship ring.
I don't want to
so-
hit anyone. Like, I don't want to hit.
Go
He's
attack
got
the
the friendship
cats.
ring. He doesn't want to
attack
hit.
the
He's got the
cats.
friendship.
I don't want to hit the cat.
Hit the cat. What you crazy frogs? Go punch the crazy frogs.
We'll go punch the crazy frogs, but then I don't like hitting because then I
There's
get
only
hit back.
2 in this mod.
Right.
Okay. Then we'll exhaust the sword. Do you ambush crazy frogs?
I've never seen these frogs before. I don't ambush.
Boo.
Why are you
Should we
attacking
get-
Oh
me?
shoot! It's not because I was told to. It's not these dice.
Not these
We need
dice.
to roll
You
these
roll
dice.
those dice.
Come on.
They're one of the.
There we go.
Pick them all up.
There we
I
go.
I was trying to, but I kept only getting 2 of
So
them.
you get the 2 lowest.
The 2 lowest.
Yeah,
So it's a 2-0.
So he deals 2 hits to me, I deal no hits.
Right.
That's actually pretty good for you.
Mm-hmm. Other way.
Sorry, because I reorient my screen to look at the board in the correct direction.
Mm-hmm. No, I do the same thing.
Okay, and then I will battle again.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah, I play a little differently, so.
And
1 and 2.
2-1.
So you take 1 hit. You know?
1 hit, and we will damage
See, that seemed fine.
the sword. Okay. And then I get a point for removing a warrior. right? I don't know how
Yes, you get a point for removing a warrior. Yes.
vagabonds work. I never play vagabond. And then I go to evening, and I exhaust this, and we make him normal with me.
Indifferent again.
You may not have any special abilities, but you are a really cool guy.
And then I
Real.
draw 2 cards.
Oh, jeez.
It's one of the first fan factions in existence.
Oh.
Oh, that's right.
Fancy.
I forgot about the Pine Confederation. Jeez. My brain.
Sorry, what are you doing, Rudy?
I'm just choosing cards to discard.
Okay.
Do- Uh, that.
All right. The frogs emerge.
Mm. Not so crazy about this.
No,
What?
no, you're fine. It's not like I'm gonna do to you what I just did to
Mm-hmm.
Slug.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like, we can all just sit on river clearings and prevent frogs from ever getting out of them.
Right. I mean, they'll be able to move in between them as much as he wants, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess so. They would be able to just like clog up.
Oh. Hold on, I forgot to do this.
Right.
Okay. I am trying to decide though.
I mean, if after like 2 or 3 turns, it's clear that this dice mechanic is totally busted, then we can change it to the 2 highest and the 2 lowest versus the most disparate, and the 2 lowest.
Sure are desperate. All right. So these guys can't move. They're sort of locked in there. So
Well, they can move in and out of river clearings.
Right, so they can go up or down if they want to.
I thought rules still matter for swimmers. Does it
No.
not?
It does not.
Oh, for some reason I was thinking it did. Okay.
Nope.
Well, yeah, let's move these guys up then.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll camp and battle. We'll bivouac.
Bivouac. And we get
2 and a 1.
2 and a 1.
Okay. And then I will remove my siege card to start sieging you.
Oak.
No, that protects that building. That's
It
good for
does.
you.
It does, but it also starts giving him points.
You can hit U as well within your piece, and you hit U, and it goes underneath it.
The letter U.
Oh, okay.
I did not know that. That's
Mhm.
cool.
Good to know.
Fancy
So
TTS
if
names.
I want to remove this workshop for whatever reason, I battle frogs
You'd have
until
to-
this is gone.
Right, you'd have to kill all the frogs, kill the...
When I kill the barricade, does it kill both, or does it kill
Nope,
the
just
barricade?
the barricade.
Just the barricade.
And then I can battle cats and kill the workshop.
Right.
Yes.
Why are they
Cool.
helping cats?
They're holding hostage.
Just thematically. I'm just curious, like what the thematic is.
I mean, the thematic is not necessarily that they're helping, it's that their forces are surrounding that one building and putting it under siege, and thus no one else can get to it.
Okay, so they've. Okay.
It ends up helping the cats, but thematically they're not actually helping. They're just...
Functionally helping cats.
Right. It's better if you maybe... You can imagine it like this.
No, I get it. You don't have to.
Rubber!
Except they can also use it.
No.
Who
The
can...
cats can.
Yeah,
cats
the
can
cats can still use
Oh,
that
cats
workshop.
still use a workshop. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that
They
can
just
do.
toil away behind the barricade.
Mm-hmm. Just busting out
Anyways.
improvements.
Let's return these back.
It's like a ghetto of sorts.
And you can add...
So
You have to add at least one, I believe.
we will
Is
score
it-
a
is the other-
point because we have one thing barricade.
Did
I
I-
could add one, but I don't want to.
Did I phrase it that way? Dude, I meant to phrase it. You must do at least one, but that's okay.
Oh, well, that's no. I'll do it. It's
we-
fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Um,
need to figure out a way to phrase it as you must do at least one, but you can do as many as you'd like.
What? Add any number of cards, minimum 1 from your hand.
There we go. That's the wording.
hold on. Yeah, we'll put it down there. Why not? And then I'm gonna craft rabbit cards
Mm.
and draw a card.
That's unfortunate.
Okay, I get this bag. Oh, frick, it is a bag. I was just joking. I was just joking.
Poor rats.
Okay, well, let's roll this
All right.
stupid thing. It's going fox. Up it goes.
Foxy schmoxy.
Burning down the house.
Burning down the house.
And it doesn't matter because cat can get there or the other cat can get there.
Fancy cat.
I have to choose a different mood.
Oh.
Should be not that one. So I guess it's this one. Because I need cards if I ever hope to get the ring back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot to recruit 2. And then 1. And then, or maybe I should scoop up this stuff all over the place.
Lot of stuff.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of single warriors too. You can go bonk a couple of these little froggies. They're so little.
I hate their dice. Their dice make me not want to.
Yeah, the dice are scary. Which I wanted them to be scary, but they're a little more scary than I was anticipating, I guess.
It's not so much that it's scary, it's just kind of a turnoff.
Right. It's just like
why would I want to go if especially when
it's kind of like WA, but like WA, I feel like has everything built in to make it make sense.
Right. I just need to make it make sense in this. Or change it to what the original idea was to basically give them the foul play ability as an intrinsic ability, so they could, whenever they wanted to, spend a card to reroll 1 dice in a battle that they were in. But this seemed cleaner.
I don't know. I don't mind the foul play, and like just have them have like pretty low card draw. That's not like every battle.
Right. Then it's just important battles that you can get. It's a better. You get better odds though because you get to choose after the roll which one to reroll.
So what do I do here? I guess I move. And move. And then prowess. Prowess?
But my recruiter.
Yeah, because I guess I'm not really getting this anyways, right?
I mean, if you stick all of those there, I'm probably not going to fight through. Like,
no, but the illusionist
fighting...
can just come grab it. So yeah, I know you're right. That's dumb. That's dumb.
You still get the point.
Yeah,
but that's not
burn down my recruiter.
It's not really worth it.
I mean, you could just go for points. These 2 clearings are just totally empty.
Right, just spread on out.
Yeah, I'll just stay with what I was doing. And this, and then what's that?
Then go fight this frog.
This.
All right, yeah, sure. That's fine. I'll probably just let you kill that because there's no way I'm fighting through all of that shit.
Well, I mean, the frogs can probably just come obliterate me too.
I mean, I've already obliterated you once. I don't think I'm gonna do it again so
You
soon.
might. I just want the cards because I'm out of cards. So 1, 2,
3.
3.
Okay. Now I have to actually start figuring out what the hell I want to do.
Oh, and I score what, 2?
Yeah. I mean, the problem is you're definitely blowing up that recruiter, so it might make sense for me to actually build a recruiter this turn instead of building a sawmill.
Who needs recruiters?
Which means that I need to overwork. Build, recruit. Which I don't hate. I can overwork only there or there though, which is not great. Because I get my 2 wood. 1, 2. I'm gonna go with the safer bet. I'm gonna just build a sawmill down here. Build my sawmill down here. I feel like I need to protect it from these crazy ass frogs. I'm gonna do a little move action. And then with my last action, that got my 2 points by the way. My last action, I am gonna punch these frogs.
How dare you? I
Mm-hmm.
play an ambush.
Do you?
No, I don't.
Okay.
You gotta roll the triple.
Oh yeah,
triple
triple triad dice. Here we go. So it's 1-0.
0. Yep.
Dope.
Direction again. Alright.
And you. And are you gonna use your rabbit guard on that?
No.
Okay. Alrighty. I feel like I'm gonna just spoil that rabbit guard because I don't like it.
Really?
And you know what? No, I'm gonna actually no. I'm not gonna spoil it. I am gonna use that though to recruit.
I was gonna
Here
say.
and here and here. That's what I'm gonna do. Just kidding. Then I draw 2 cards. I just needed to use it for something because I was gonna draw 2 cards and have to discard anyway. So it's like, might as well do something with it. Go ahead, Rudy.
Boom, boom.
Why are there a bunch of weasel warriors?
Weasel warriors.
Weasels.
Weasels. Scared of the weasels.
We will slip. Boom. We will move. Sorry, we're not being nice 2 turns in a row. I'll just let Warlord get all the ruins. I don't need them. That's a boot. I honestly kind of wanted the bag.
Oh man.
He is a little low. You are low on space.
I am now out of space.
Getting real
criminally low on space.
Getting real low.
I really wanted that hammer too.
Well, now you know where it is. You can come over, hang out with me. We can chill.
I can't get it.
Well, you can get it. You just have to basically demolish.
No. Well, yeah.
Yeah, you have to go battle,
Right.
battle.
Battle.
It's highly unlikely. So instead, that's okay. I got 2 T's.
Right.
And then I'm gonna flip this.
Right, and you prevented him from having tea for this whole game, so you know that's more important than anything else.
There you go. I'm gonna flip this.
Double T.
Give you this card.
Imagine the Vagabond had gotten the double T instead.
Yeah, that'd be bad. That'd be bad.
I mean, it's not great that the Warlord's got it either, but
Still need to have the hammer to do it though.
And then
Mm.
1 for the ruin, 2 for aiding. Take your cards, my guy.
You're aiding me.
three for the money,
Aiding me twice.
double
It
aid
did.
strat.
Ooh, what an interesting number of cards that I've drawn. Hmm.
And
That'd be
then
interesting turn.
I probably needed to move. Oh no, because I just flip and then move.
Hmm.
Fine. So then, oh, I totally did not quest freshen last turn. We're gonna do it this turn.
Okay.
Can't believe you've done this.
I have Forsaken. It's okay. All these quests have been horrible. This one I can do.
Not right now, but
Well, next turn. I could do it if I wanted to. I will not, probably. And I need to draw cards.
To there, and then that.
There's so many cool cards in this deck that I cannot craft.
pretty sad. It's pretty sad.
We keep, and this keeps happening too. Rudy keeps getting like,
I don't know what I maybe played cats last game.
I think last time it was cats.
And it was
Yeah.
like, and I think someone like turn 1 killed my
Your workshop.
workshop.
That's
so I
right.
just,
You were like,
did
well,
not-
because I'm not grabbing this game. At some point this summer, we need to do a game where it's just like super crafty Dawn and Dusk. It's like crows and Eerie and WA and otters.
I place another barricade in that bivouac clearing.
You use the bivouac to place it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And let's see here. Let's do this. I get one more. It's gonna be that.
It's always just the same thing.
Yeah, I know. It's
Yeah, I mean the other.
Just make it. You get any four moves. Just.
Well, I mean the other. I mean, I was trying to be. The problem is if you give them just 4 cards from the deck, they could get totally hammered right off the bat by like the WA or something. But
no.
But we could try that.
It's always gonna be 4 bird cards. Like I don't know why anyone would put anything else.
I just wonder. I wonder if maybe your starting is like
1 of each or something like that.
1 of each.
That could be.
And
what
then
it
you
ends up
might
being.
even be able to like keep setup being like pretty strong because they have to like. I guess then your board layout kind of might be fucks you.
Or even
sometimes.
just start with 3 or something.
Yeah, or 2. I kind of don't hate 2.
No, well 3 because you got to do the camp, right?
you got to do the camp, yeah, because you put the camp between move and battle.
Right.
But that way you could at least like you could either 2 moves and 1 camp, or you could do 1 of each, or you could do.
But the thing is,
1
is if
move,
you
2
do
camps.
2, your first turn you either do like move, or you do move camp if you really want to. But then you dump 3 cards into here.
Yeah, the 3 bird cards
True,
you
true.
drew.
And then turn 2 you're fully online.
That might work. Yeah. I mean, I
don't know. It's something to think
I also was more just liking having at least 3 because then if like the WA sits on top of them, they can at least battle it away. But
Like,
I guess
I'm not-
it's also not the biggest deal in the world if the WA sits on top of them on turn 1. They're just losing a bivouac. It's not a huge deal.
I will say the decree section here is here because Endgamer really wanted it.
Yeah, I was just like, we can do something cool. I know it.
I don't know if this is it, but we'll see if we can
not,
make it work.
It's not quite cool yet. We'll get there.
Quite cool, yes.
I think we can make it cool.
I have a thing, but I'll just talk about it afterwards.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
Let's put a bivouac right here. We're gonna battle once up here in my barricaded clearing. you have any
Oh,
ambushes?
hold on. Let me double check because I got aided a bunch and no. Sad face. I do not have an ambush. Just 2.
Ooh. That works for me. And then I have a second battle. I will battle down here with this mob. I guess do you have an ambush?
No.
Okay. Well, I'll roll, but I think it goes away.
Right. You need.
I get a point for removing that.
What is the bivouac part for? Just a question.
More just like wanted an action that they wanted a token and they had to come up with something to do with the token. And then that it folded into this ending up.
Right. Okay.
It was decisions on top of decisions that it might be one too many thing on the
Multiple
proverbial
iterations were made on top of each other.
right.
So
It might be the proverbial too much on the instrument.
Well, it's like I had an
proverb,
idea,
right?
but it would involve a piece, but there's already so many pieces already. So then
Right.
I mean, I
like,
think the bivouac can be removed. Like things can be
Right.
shuffled around.
Right. The
still.
bivouac can definitely be removed or repurposed. It's not like intrinsic to the design quite.
well, it's like it's got a third dice, and it's got cards and tokens and buildings.
Right, exactly.
And warriors.
I would say the single most central part is just like this surrounded mechanic here.
Right.
Mostly
And-
because that's the entire stacking portion of the faction.
Right, we need something that stacks. At least one.
And then
Right
your
now we
dice
have
is stacking the odds.
Right, we have
the odds,
we
right?
have right,
The
we have
dice
I was just
is-
thinking-
the deck is kind of stacking the odds.
right, we have
too.
3 stacking right now. So,
It might be cool to like a bag builder would be cool. And
A
you wouldn't have to worry
bag
about
builder?
the back. Then you wouldn't have to worry about the backs of cards.
mhm.
If you like bought tokens, like suited tokens, to have them in a bag, and then
Mhm.
you draw them from the bag to create your.
Decree like thing.
They could even be little lily pads,
Yeah.
and then they could be hopping orders.
That might-
It's kind of a crime that none of your things are lily pads right now, honestly.
it is a crime.
But that way you'd have like the deck building part, but it would be a bag builder, and then you wouldn't have to worry about the backs of cards. And then you would just like buy suited tokens to add to your bag by spending cards.
That is a lot of the stuff, but I do also love bag builders.
Well, then, because if you didn't have the bivouacs, you'd have space to have
right,
like a piece like that, right?
right, and then we just need to figure out. Camp goes away, and then there's just 3 up here, and then we just need to figure out exactly what that ends up looking like. But yeah, and then the siege ends up being you get rid of that one sort of thing, so you can.
Anyways, just thought.
No, I have ideas because I love Quacks of Quedlinburg. Is like in my top 5 games.
Is
Just-
Quacks in your grab bag gaming?
Quacks is in the grab bag.
You need to invite me if you play Quacks.
I will when we pull Quacks. I might actually do a redraw at some point because we lost the last game of grab bag gaming due to audio difficulties, and then the game pulled was Oath, which is I really want to play, but it's also like
Oath is a game you require a little bit of extra
Daunt-
upfront time.
yeah, daunting to learn and get upfront time and all of that. So I might pause Oath and learn it at some point, and then
Have you never played Oath?
I've never played Oath. I really want
Oh my
to.
God.
It's
'Cause
one of the
There's
best
a
games
lot of
ever
moving
made.
parts to it, so
It's one of the
Yeah.
best games ever. Not a very good review, but that's all I got.
Put it on the box. Slugface Killer, one of the best games ever.
It's one of the best games never played. Tis a crying shame. I guess I do. I want to build here. It's kind of a lame spot to build.
I mean, it's a really annoying spot for you to build.
Yeah.
I got a crap ton of cats there that I'd rather you not build. I'd rather you'd go away and do something else and let me build here, but you know.
Never give him
I've
those
gotta
warriors
move.
back.
Go over here. There's lots of build space over here. You can clear all sorts of stuff out. I'm already here. You've
How
got,
does this work
you know,
again?
you've got more actions than God.
Then I would have to.
Where's your bivouac? Okay.
Oh, it's down here.
Battle.
I guess technically you could set up a siege engine with nothing in it just to get the extra action.
Oh yeah, I was going to.
Hmm. What a dick move.
Then I can't do that.
Can you put a bivouac on your siege engine?
No.
It's
That's
enemy
really dumb.
pieces. That's dumb.
There was a point in time where like there was a more symbiotic relationship with that, and then there was an allowance for people to come in and build specifically on one that was empty, but I kind of took that away. It was one
No
too
one
many.
would ever want to do that.
Right.
Like, it is technically an open building slot, sure.
Cats hypothetically would maybe do that, just if they were running out of space on like a super full
Yeah,
board.
like late game cats.
Right, be
Same
like,
thing with like if lizards were really stymied, like you had decided you were gonna take a clearing, a 2-slot clearing,
right, they'd be like, yeah, sure, it's mine.
whatever.
Boom, boom, garner it up.
Someone else is gonna deal with them anyways.
Right.
So I move.
Extra protection for your gardens.
Yeah. Actually, that might be the play. They're like, oh, if someone wants to hit me, they have to hit them, then me.
So I don't really know what to do here. So I don't really want to do that either. I don't really want to do that.
Hmm.
I need that. I just don't like what's going on here.
I mean, could I convince you to at least move enough guys out of here so I could move out of here? If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I
I
could,
think I just
like,
go.
no, because you're not gonna move guys out of this. Never mind. I was like, if I could go down here and then over here, that would be great. But that's never
Just
gonna
think
happen.
if I do this.
Maybe it was.
I think I gotta go.
I mean, there's a lot of empty or almost empty stuff down here. You can just literally forget everybody else and
Yeah.
spread out.
Yeah. There's no one where I want them to be. Okay, I guess I will build here.
Okay.
And command here. Oh, that's a boot. Oh. Prowess and prowess. Oh yeah, I can actually move another guy here, and then I'll do this. Okay,
Mhm.
and then so a prowess and prowess into here against the cat, which means I'll remove this, this, and this.
Okay, before you do those guys, I am going to ambush you there, so you just only add one.
Oh, okay.
Undo your bitterness.
And then
Yeah, then he dies valiantly.
and then I get 4, which gets me like 2. And then I draw un. Un cardo.
Mm.
Okay, Smokey.
Alrighty. So we got
Not having good fortune.
1, 2, 3 wood. Which is actually the perfect number of wood. What I'd like to do today.
Rib.
Do a little move. He bribbed. I am going to be battling him. Actually, you know what? Sorry, let me make sure I actually get this.
Who are you battling? Me? The frogs?
No, I'm going to be battling these mobs so I can actually build here.
That's fair.
I have enough dudes there that it's not going to matter. So I'm going to be fancy schmancy, I'm going to do it with these 2 bird cards. These come off of the board. We'll find out. So it's 2 points. And then I'm going to build a recruiter up here. And presuming I don't get ambushed, I'm going to build a not a sawmill, a workshop here. And jeez, I always forget where cats craft. Before all that happens, I also craft a boot.
A boot.
For another 1 point.
Should have crafted hoarders. You could have drawn some cards with that boot.
4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I would have been able to block hits. You're thinking of You're thinking of merchants. Are you back, Slug? Did you want to ambush me in this bunny clearing? Or in this fox clearing? Because you had mobs there and I attacked both of them. Slug.
You're cats, right?
Yeah, I'm cats.
No.
Okay.
You're too plentiful.
Ha! So that gets rid of all my wood. Really wish I had just 1 more bird card so I could recruit, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do. Draw 2 cards. Interesting. And my turn.
Cats winning. Yeah, that is interesting.
Can someone craft a bag for me? Oh my god, I don't want to discard any of my items.
I don't have any bags in hand. I'm sorry.
If I had a bag in my hand and had a... Actually, I really wanted to. It was just... I either had to go here or here to build a workshop, and this was way more accessible. Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, all the mice were in just poopy places. If you had actually gotten this ruin earlier, I would have been able to do it. But, you know, tomato, tomato.
We'll do the sword. I think. So, slip. Move.
We know that that is the hammer, right?
It should be. If it's not, then I will be confused.
then something has gone horribly wrong.
It is the T.
Hey, you got your hammer.
I got my hammer. Turn 4. I get a point. I will craft with said hammer.
Uh-oh.
That. It's nothing special. I just want to craft.
Oh, just a foul play.
Yeah.
And that's
then
as attacker. You get to reroll 1 of 3 dice now instead of 1 of 2 when you're attacking.
Oh yeah, that is interesting. Very interesting. Now what am I doing?
Kitty cat. Stop
now
it.
I'm done. My turn. Yes. Yes.
That was it? That was your whole turn? Move and explore?
I can't do anything else. I have 1 sword. What, am I going to hit you? No.
You could hit me and then immediately turn me back to not hostile.
Well, no, because I would have to refresh this to do that. Beautiful. Thank you for quest freshening. I will draw my cards and discard one. Oh yeah, I got the best card in the game. It's actually not. I was very explicit on what my favorite card is in the BGG post, and it is not the one I'm talking about. But this one is also fun.
I'm blanking on that now, and I read all of that, so I read all of the things you wrote now, but I'm blanking. It's been a long week.
Don't worry about it.
I started,
It's
but it was
not
very
that
long.
card.
It is very long, but it's
I only got part way.
it's very long on purpose because it's supposed to kind of be like, this is literally everything that these cards do. So if you have any questions at all, go to this post, and we have probably answered it.
My
You should make
stuff
the
is really
images
just
smaller.
Yeah, I was like, original size, that'll work, and they were huge.
They're giant.
Oh, sorry.
If you
I
made them
passed my
lower,
turn.
they'd probably even be next to each other, like the cycle ones, which would be really helpful for like looking through it.
Yeah, I might go back and see if I can edit it in a way that makes it less enormous.
Well, yeah, you just make them like even like medium or something, and then it formats it so that they're next to each other.
No, that would
If
be
you just if you don't put them on the next line, you just put them like beside each other.
right next to each
They
other.
should
yeah.
end up beside each other.
Yeah. I'm was trying to get it out before a specific day. We'll see about that. We'll talk about that at a different time.
Let's talk
Off
about
the
that.
record.
As my 3-year-old says, explain that. Ooh, very tricky.
Empty barricade.
Empty barricade. / siege engines. / siege weapon. We have like 3 different names for it somewhere on the board.
Siege everything. Siege perilous.
You have also gotten, I feel like, lucky in the amount of bird cards that you have drawn and been able to add to the deck. You've added what, 2, 3 bird cards?
2.
Okay.
All right.
It's just a very undercooked cake right now, but we'll get it to fully cooked by this time next week.
Move. We're gonna battle in this clearing.
Why? Come on. Let me have
You know how
fun.
this works.
Let me have a little
No.
bit. Let me have a little bit of fun.
I know how this works.
Okay.
2 and 1.
Knew I 2 and 1. Okay. What is the do I need to set up a key kit? The key kit.
Key kit. What are you talking about?
A shortcut key to send these for the vacuum cleaner, or is it 0? What is it?
It's
What are you
numpad
talking
0, I'm
about?
pretty sure.
Num 2?
You're talking about keybinds.
There we go. Keybinds.
I put a second
might not
battle,
even be the word.
so.
Kitty cat.
Oh, you know what? I did forget to put a bivouac down, so I'll put a bivouac down here.
I don't even know what my numpad 0 is on this
We're
keyboard.
gonna. Well, actually, we'll battle here. Get rid of that last cat.
It is
Okay.
the number 0, apparently.
I mean, but you might kill
Cat's
stuff.
dead.
And one of my buildings.
No, they
Yeah.
can't be removed.
No, by other players. You can remove them.
What?
Hmm.
You
That-
can
that-
or you
that-
must.
That's I mean, that's
Oh,
how
you
I
did
wrote
word
it.
like that.
That's how I did word it. I didn't know I didn't know you intended us not to be able to hit our own buildings or our own
I guess
besieged
there should be-
buildings.
I guess there should be a way to remove them if you need to.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if you're
But it's
doing
like,
that.
this is a point now, but you're sacrificing like a point every single turn, right?
Right.
So, like,
but if
it
you need
does
to
not
if you
make
need to
sense
police
to.
somebody, like if
Yeah.
you're doing it to a WA and you like need to blow up a base.
Or moles or whatever, right?
Right. That was what I was thinking. So now I need to decide what the hell I'm getting rid of, because I'd like to actually fucking be able to craft something. I guess I'll get rid of the recruiter.
Okay, weird question. What if you're like in a game and it's like crows, vagabond, moles? Oh, I guess you can do it. You can do it to tokens.
Yeah, you can do
it
you
to
can you can do
crows.
it to cross tokens, yeah. So
I
in
could
other
go steal one of his logs.
yeah, other than you could. I mean, I'd be able to yoink it, but because it's No, I wouldn't be able to. I wouldn't be able to yoink
Move.
the log
Yep.
because it's removed. You can't. You can do it to relics, but they can move the relic away. Because that's a move, not a
That's
remove.
so weird. You're like,
I think
I
we
have
need to focus
captured
more
your
on
relic,
how
and
the
they're like,
barricade
actually,
works,
no,
but-
it is over here now.
yeah, we need to workshop this a little bit. I mean, I think we just need to add in that you can move them if they're all on the map. Have you been adding one every turn, by the way?
I think I have so far. Yes.
Okay. I mean, that was the other thing that I thought would be mitigating is that if you had to, but we can talk more later.
Okay. Score points. I'll get 2 points. I also got a point for removing a building, so there.
Oh, I needed to discard something. What am I discarding? Probably
And I can
food.
craft using siege engines, so I'm gonna craft some coins. Three more points. And then we're going to craft mouse guards. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to shuffle that. I meant to draw.
Okie dokie. Nothing to raise. Recruits. 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 Guess.
It's a lot of rats and a lot of frogs.
Yeah. Yeah.
You only gave yourself 2 points, by the way, right, frogs?
Yeah.
Okay.
I gave myself one extra point for actually removing your building.
Right.
Stubborn.
Okay, just double triple checking.
Stubborn.
He's got this entire half of the board to himself.
Yeah, it's and you've created this wall of fucking frogs, so I can't even go that way really.
I mean, you can. That's what he's doing.
I can. He has a lot more forces
He
than
has
me.
action. Yeah.
I'm deciding how greedy I want to be. With my one turn with 2 crafters.
So prowess.
Hmm.
And then prowess. I'll bring one more.
And you're stubborn.
Well, it should do it.
Mm-hmm.
Although the bivouac won't be there anymore, eh?
I mean,
And when my turn starts.
it's a May ability, but he loses nothing by turning into a warrior. Yeah.
I lose nothing and gain everything.
Or just doesn't care about giving you a point and barricades your mob, and then gets an extra point at the end of that turn. You do that too.
This is gonna sound really weird.
Yeah, I'll do that.
When the mob thing happens, is there a specific order to removing buildings, or who selects how the buildings are removed?
It's
Active player?
the active player. Yeah.
Active player,
So he
okay.
can say that the barricade goes and then the workshop goes. Yeah.
So I guess I get 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I draw a card.
Top down. Okay. I get 3 wood again. 2, 3. I am gonna craft. I'm gonna go with the slightly more greedy craft and craft High Noon, which reads:
Ooh.
once in daylight, may place a warrior on this card, then may discard this card to place all warriors here in clearing with any of your pieces. So I am gonna do that as it's currently my daylight.
So you may get like 4 more warriors, 4 or 5.
Right. It's
game.
like an extra recruit somewhere. But spoil is instant, so I need to be kind of judicious about it.
Right.
Then I am going to just do another recruiter. Where? I think we got a recruit here. Yoink the wood from here and here. And then recruit. 1, 2, 3. And then I got 1 action. Alright, what's the big brain play with my 1 action here? I could overwork. Is that the big brain action?
Is it?
Let's try that as a big brain idea. Let's overwork. Okay. End my turn. I draw 2 cards.
Okay. What am I doing this turn? Now I don't know what I'm doing.
What am I doing with my life?
We want to get to a fox clearing. Actually, no one's crafted me my bag yet.
I crafted you some coins.
I will take the coins, but okay.
You know, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Craft your own bag.
I'm trying. I draw 2 cards every turn, and I've not drawn a bag.
Oh
Do
man.
I come here?
And that 60-card-edness of the deck does come up every once in a while, which just takes an extra turn or so. What are these
I slip. Oh, okay,
evil
this one.
weasels?
So I go here, and then
What
I
faction
need-
are these from, by the way?
My weasel faction.
Is that a weasel faction that I should know about, or an in progress one?
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
we will slip to here.
Pretty new.
Okay.
Then
I have no memory of reading a weasel faction board, so.
we
I started on it today.
flip these.
Oh, nice.
But I
and
think
we
I'll be
do
too
guard
late.
duty.
I think I'll be too late to do anything with it.
For what? For root jam or?
Well, it was just kind of convenient timing, so. But like for that, yeah, I think I
I'll
would be
draw
too
2
late.
cards.
'Cause I just
Did you
kinda
not
started.
aid me for my coins?
No, I did not.
No.
I did a quest.
No, I did
I'm
not.
hoping to get a bag. I did not get the bag on the draw.
Ruh-roh.
It's okay. It all
Did you
gonna work
freshen
out.
this last time?
I did freshen it last time. Well, I didn't. I think Zero or Endgamer did.
Because there's only 3 in here, but
I
He
missed
did
a
miss a
turn.
turn.
Yeah. And then I'm moving to here. And then we're gonna craft the card that isn't my favorite card, but I think is fun.
Sly Dog.
Which is essentially just this.
Right.
It's
You
your
have
own ability.
My favorite thing about Sly Dog is that we found art of the cat and the marquee, and I was just like, yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah.
But kept it Sly Dog, didn't like rename it to Sly Cat or anything like that. I was just like, no, fuck
Like
it.
Sly Dog is a good name. I think it's because it's a fox crafter. That's why I called it Sly Dog originally. I think this is one of the ones that like I never actually implemented in my deck, but I was like, oh, we're gonna switch out Arsonist for Sly Dog.
Right. And I was like, all right, cool. That's a good card. Let's do that.
Still makes me laugh a little bit though that you just the same ability.
Literally exact same.
Now
ability.
I can keep my torch.
Torch, right?
And you don't have the stipulation of needing to be friendly with anyone.
Yeah. It's fine. I'm not gonna win this game.
But you're gonna have fun
Fine.
doing it.
I'm gonna have fun. I told everyone I was gonna craft, and now I'm crafting. So
There you go.
what is this? This is the card. That's my favorite card in the deck.
Ah, yes.
Okay, can you?
I'm a big fan of off trails personally, but
Mm.
I think it's just because I like lizards, and this is so good for lizards. Like I don't think people understand how good this is for lizards.
Yeah, it's
Like,
pretty
on
much
so many levels.
just it's like lizards, sometimes cats, and sometimes moles get use out of it, and basically everyone else cannot use the card.
were you done with your turn, Rudy?
I'm just still making sure that I did everything properly. I did not quest freshen yet. No. So I need to or yeah, no, I did. So and then I'm good.
Okay. Well, amazingly, I only have 2 frogs in my supply now, so
There we go. We're getting to the limits.
push it to the
Time
limit.
to turtle it.
Turtle it up.
Turtle up.
Well, he's only getting 2 points a turn now, you know.
You have unfortunately put me in a position where I think I need to destroy you.
Destroy.
And yeah, but he
Uh,
has, just a reminder, he is stubborn. So
He does have stubborn. This is true. It's going to be an interesting one.
you do
There's
get
not really much else.
you do get
I could
5
have done,
actions though
so.
at least. Oh, and you can do that to get a 6th. That's weird.
Well, I only have 5 cards, so it doesn't matter.
Well,
But
see, this is why you should have been adding more suited cards.
all right.
So strange.
Yeah.
And then just 3 battles, 5 battles.
You can put this anywhere. Just to be clear.
No, I know. That's why I'm looking at to see what I can do with it.
I mean, you could move guys down here with your first move and then move more guys here.
No, I got it. We're
Something
good.
like that.
We're gonna move, and we're gonna move all these guys over here.
And then bivouac there.
Yep.
Hmm. Don't like that at all.
Bivouac. And then we're gonna yeah, we'll bivouac a second time there. And then we're gonna battle. We're gonna battle probably twice here, so
Go for it.
yeah, yeah.
Use your killer dice.
My killer dice.
See if they kill.
The death
I mean,
dice.
They're not going to.
Yeah.
All my pieces are getting removed from there, but
2-0.
so 1 hit.
So 1 hit.
And then
3-1.
1 hit to me, 2 to you.
That'll do.
You will be getting a lot of points on your turn. I hope you're happy.
I am.
Alright. Get these back.
It became a
ahead.
thing that had to happen, you know?
We'll put
There was just no way around it.
go. Then we will
I
comes
tried and
next?
I tried and I tried.
scoring.
There's
3
nothing else
points
to
for
do.
scoring.
Nothing
We got-
else could be done.
Read that. And I can craft. Let's craft public relations.
Let's craft the bologna sandwich.
Yeah, this is my favorite
And-
card.
Also gonna craft off trail.
Oh.
I'm just gonna like
What
for
are
whatever
this?
reason.
What does this
That
mean?
didn't even work.
So off trail means that he can once a turn basically move through a forest,
Okay.
and public relations gives him 1 extra hand size.
Not that
Okay.
that matters right now, but
He has no cards.
Yeah,
I'm not overly concerned.
he's drawn 3 cards a turn
But
though, so it's
Try
hypothetically
a weasel. Well, not for long.
right. Right, shit's about to get bonkers.
So that's 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Gross. So what do I hit? Numpad 0?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Hey, you did it.
This the mob
You've
object
done
is
it.
not
I
supported.
do love a good vacuum.
doesn't that
Yeah,
token,
the
the mob
mobs do.
token stay there? Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh duh! Oh my gosh, my brain. I was like, yeah, and then the mob token goes away.
It's kind of weird. It's got to go here.
Woo!
Okay, so then I got 2 here.
It's a hoppin' clearing.
I got 1 here. I got 1 here. And I'm gonna craft nothing. I'll build one of these. And then I'm going to I don't want to do anything. Oh, I gotta change my mood. That's what I gotta do. Change my mood. Coins? No. Yes? No. Yes? No. Yes?
Yes.
I don't know.
No.
Maybe?
Yes.
Could do that. Nah, I'll just do that. So move and move and then
By the way, just so you know, Vagabond, I still haven't drawn a bag.
You
prowess.
should work on that. Draw more cards in the future.
I'm
Ambush?
trying.
Ambush frogs?
No.
Hmm. That's unfortunate.
Burn them all, I say.
Why is there 2 mob tokens here?
There's already one there.
Yeah,
Oh.
you already spread one down there.
Oh, then I'll just keep this. My bad. I'm so sorry. So clumsy. Oh my gosh. It's so clumsy. I'll just take 1 card.
Okay. Well.
3 card.
3 cards. Oh my
we got
god. Why do
5.
rats have so many cards in their hand?
There's something wrong with this deck.
With what? You pulling cards from it?
Well, I can't really tell you without.
Okay. Oh.
And I get 4 points for 6 clearings, right? Where was I? Here?
I think Vagabond's gonna win this game.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's
Man, having
I need
off
to
trails right
consult
now
your
would be
article.
good.
But it's hard to.
Hard to read with all of the text. I severely apologize.
It's not all the text. It's just like I wish I could just like. The text is so split apart by the cards.
Right. The cards is what I meant. The art, the card art. We need to fix it. My apologies.
No, you don't have to apologize.
So I've got
I think
4 accessible wood.
Something is going wrong.
So I can definitely do this.
Something is going very wrong.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And I can do... I can do... 2, 3. And I can do move. And then... Oh, fuck. I did tricky tails. Sorry. Tricky ears, rather, is what I crafted. And then I can also build this workshop for another 2 points. 1, 2. So that's a build, a move, a build. And it takes this off.
Did you not end up doing a breakdown of this?
Breakdown of what?
There is
Or
a
the deck.
breakdown. I'll send you. a link.
I did. It's just not in that TTS article. Or I mean in that BGG article. I can...
Or in the drive, I guess.
It didn't put it in the drive. Shit, man.
It's
My
okay.
brain.
No, it's okay.
It is in the Discord.
Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with the game that I'm having, but I don't want to say anything.
All right, you can bring it up later. I hope it's
I
not
will.
anything too severe.
It's kind of severe.
Oh boy.
It's okay. Cats are doing pretty well.
Wait, what do you have a problem with? Is it the deck or the frogs?
The deck.
Something's wrong with the deck, which is bad. I don't want something to be wrong with the deck.
It was final. Final.
Yeah,
deck.
it's final.
It's not changing. That's just the way it is. Oh, thank you. I see that now. It's just the way it is.
I'm interested in to see
The
what
deck will always be
problem
this
is.
way.
Why
That's just the
not?
way
I
it
don't need the
is.
torch.
Whose turn is it?
It's my
Vagabonds?
turn.
Okay.
Rudy's
Thinking
turn.
about what I'm doing.
Take my coins.
V,
We will
V,
probably take coins.
V,
It's just
V, B, V, B,
gonna be fun.
V, B, V, B.
Who's the problem at the table right now?
V,
Probably rats.
V, B.
Rats
V,
are a
V,
pretty big problem.
V,
I mean,
Are
he's
they-
gonna get 1, 2,
Rowdy?
3, 4 points just from this mob,
We probably go start hitting.
and then he's probably gonna get another. So he's probably getting 8 points. 1, 2,
Yeah, but the
3,
pots aren't
4,
gonna be
5,
there.
6, 7,
No,
8.
flip,
Well, that's
The
true.
pots will be gone.
flip. Oh shoot!
it's
I don't
just
have my
2.
other sword. That's so sad.
So
Okay.
you'll only be at 24. Only a 6th-point turn without you moving or attacking anything at all.
There's only one building slot in this clearing, right?
There is, unfortunately. Also, I need to discard a card from my freaking hand. I have that now. I do not have
Okay, I think I
this,
do
though.
that, and then I repair a sword. Bam.
This is probably the least likely one to happen.
And then we flip a sword and we battle rats in the fox clearing.
Battling rats?
Yeah,
Okay, I'll ambush you.
I will
Ooh.
counter ambush.
Oh!
Roll away. I will lose
Okay.
2 rats.
I will lose 1 item. I don't even care about this ring. This ring's useless. I'm joking.
You're just not using it right.
Yeah, you're
I-
just
I
not using
probably
it right.
not
Don't call
using
my
it
thing
right.
useless live. Like, come on.
I will subtweet you about it. It's just like it's because of my weird vagabond game that I'm doing weird.
I mean, I feel like it could be really good for you.
No, it
if
could be really good for me. I'm just
But-
not good at vagabond.
and no one has been attacking you, so you haven't needed to
Yeah.
use your abilities. So you haven't needed to use the ring to re-up your
Once you're in
ability.
last place, it's not going to help you.
And then I'm
Right.
gonna battle again against
Okay.
rats.
I'm going to ambush you.
Sorry, what?
I told you something was wrong.
Oh,
Maybe some cards got duplicated because there's definitely 60 at the
Anyways,
beginning.
Go
'Cause
ahead and damage 2
there
items.
were 2 cards. There
Okay,
were
I will damage 2 items.
there were.
Can I counter ambush you with that?
That'd be
It's not a
funny.
rabbit clearing.
That's
Come
not
on.
a rabbit clearing.
This game's got
Um,
rules.
There were
Okay.
at the beginning of the game. There were 2 cards like floating over here, and I was like, "Oh, maybe someone like discarded over here, and I put them here, and maybe they got duplicated by accident."
Okay.
That's
we're
because
gonna
I
roll
was like, I
dice.
don't think this.
there's
this
there's
deck's supposed to have two
definitely there's
damage.
definitely not 2 in the thing, so somehow it got copied when all of a sudden
Deck
set
is
it.
I
all
will
ambushes.
discard a bird card. I'm gonna discard a bird card. Sorry, before you remove warriors. I was gonna re-roll the 1.
Oh,
But
which one?
It was a
it was
2
a
and a 1.
2/1.
It's a
So I'm
2/1, right?
so it's gonna be a 2,
And 3.
3. So you remove 3 and I'll remove 2.
You do have 3 swords.
Oh, yeah, never mind. That didn't make any sense for me to do then.
So just keep it.
I'll just keep my current. If people don't care.
Yeah. Keep it current.
Hey, when I ambush somebody twice with 2 fox ambushes, I allow it.
It's like no, that's unreasonable. Okay.
Did you want your coins?
I don't have any actions. I mean, like I could,
Crazy.
I
How'd
could,
that work?
I could. You know what? I could. We're gonna exhaust coins
He's gonna exhaust coins to get coins.
to aid, and then I get a point for that. Oh, and I get a point for removing one of Slug's warriors.
There you go.
So we're at 10
I
points.
do need your
I
card.
can coalition now. I'm thinking about the card. Give me a minute. You know,
Processing.
Oh,
Ho ho.
You can have
I've
the full
assembled Exodia.
trifecta. And then I get the coins.
We're gonna
Which
get
you
it
gave me.
Exodia into root.
And then I'm going to discard
Just
the
you wait.
coin.
It's extremely funny.
Beautiful.
All right.
I'm not saying you'd have to go into the woods, but the woods look mighty inviting.
I think
So
I'm
what
fine.
up with these weasel warriors? They're just nothing, right?
They're just nothing.
No, the
They're
weasel
weasels.
warriors.
Slug's
I don't think you
using.
understand.
They're
I think-
clearly weasel warriors.
Slug's braining while we're playing.
Slug's brain is too big to play only one game at once.
Slug's playing
Arr.
2 games of root at the same time on the same board.
Just thinking. Yeah, it's pretty much what I was thinking, Rudy.
What?
That thingy, that move. I was like, that's a good move.
To
Oh no, just to move them into the same forest. That would be a good move.
Oh, okay. I did not know that was going to be a good move because I don't know what game you're playing.
So I think
He's not playing games.
I'm
I think-
excited. Whatever they're doing, I'm excited because I really wanted
that
to.
would be a
I
pretty good
really
move.
wanted to make the Black Paw Bandits be able to like live in the forest, and I just couldn't.
I've tried so many times. I've
It-
like
they-
started
they gotta do-
actions. I'm like, this makes no sense.
Someone's got to do it eventually. Might as well be you, Slug. Whose turn is it, by the way?
It's my turn.
Okay.
For someone who complains about my turns taking a long time, it seems to be taking off a long time, Zero.
This is your current setup?
I think so. Yeah.
I think a lot of the problems probably go away if you just get a woodland guide of each suit instead of 4 birds.
Yeah, I kind of really like that.
Yeah.
Except you could like, well, I don't know. They don't really have a turmoil, right? But like turn 1 could just like break.
Well, I mean, it's probably that coupled with a severe decrease in the starting warriors on the board. You know.
But
You know-
even if your turn 1 isn't great, like theoretically you're drafting this, right? So you would probably only pick it if you had like at least 2 bird cards in your starting hand. Which
Right.
means by turn 2, half of your deck is bird cards, the other half is
Right.
suited.
Right.
I'm rearranging my decree slightly here.
Okay.
Because I don't need to do the siege thing right now. So 3 battles. Yeah. Oh, all right.
There we go. 3 battles. That's like
Yeah.
a heinous amount of battles.
We're gonna battle here first in this fox clearing.
Who are you battling?
Slug, the rats.
Yep.
I weakened them up for you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
3-1.
So I can't do anything.
I'll fight one more time there to get rid of that mob token. Get a
Mhm.
point. Then my 3rd battle to get rid of this mob token.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's the other thing that I forgot. They have no punitive mechanism. My brain. There was
The punitive mechanism is hitting them,
right.
Yeah.
which is like fine. Like that's
Not that card.
My go?
cats.
Mm.
Cats
Nope,
don't
not
have a
yet.
punitive
Hold on.
mechanism.
I got a little bit of cleanup to do. Sorry. I got to score points. I get 2 points. And then crafting. I got a lot of crafting to do. Actually, I'm gonna craft fox guards.
Oh my gosh, you have all of the guards.
I still have fox crafting, right? Yeah. I got 1 fox crafting. Okay. Then I'm going to craft merchants,
Oh my goodness.
and then I'm gonna craft travel gear.
How are you doing this?
I use the barricades to craft.
Don't you just have 3 crafting pieces?
Yeah, you have a fox and two bunnies. So that's a fox and 2 bunnies. Because he
Yeah,
did
so-
he did fox guard, and then a
Which
bunny and a
is-
bunny.
Oh, they're all singles. I get
Yeah,
it.
they're all
Yep.
singles. Yeah.
Okay.
Take that boot.
I don't know what all these cards do. Just, I guess, makes them impervious. Or more impervious.
More impervious, yeah. At the cost
Okay.
of him having to discard cards or the card.
So raise.
It gets real funky when someone crafts like all two
Crit.
to 3 of them, or if the lost city's in the game.
Anoint. I don't think it really matters where I go. I choose a different mood, so I'll go stubborn. And then I'm gonna craft this. And then what is this?
My
Um,
Command and then command against cats. I don't know if that makes sense.
command
You
against
say
cat.
commanding attacks. You mean attacking?
Yeah, or is they get a cat? Yeah,
Uh,
with a command action.
Sorry, I was looking at something else. Where are you attacking me? Up there, Ate. Oh, okay.
Or maybe even I even don't. I don't know. Maybe I don't.
It's up to you.
Hmm.
Definitely in my brain. Gosh darn it. My brain, this was a fox suited clearing.
You know, the fox suited bunny clearing.
So stupid. So
I just
mad.
don't think there's any real point in me doing that.
It makes me really mad at myself, but that's okay.
Anyways, I guess I'll just do this. Prowess. I don't know. Is there any point in trying to attack these guys? Probably not, eh?
I mean, when you're attacking them, it's not as bad. It's just everyone's doing slightly less hits. So it just takes a
Yeah,
while
but-
to chew through them, but you've got.
Yeah, but I just want to do this.
Oh, okay. But why? They're ahead of me.
Oh, but I have this card.
Ugh. I missed that you crafted that.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you for pointing
4.
it out.
5.
Mm.
Because you can spoil it.
No, I cannot, which is a bad thing. Mm.
Okay, this is messed up. I'm sorry. There's something mega wrong here.
Did you draw another fox? What the hell is going on?
Well. We since then, haven't we? What?
No.
Oh my god.
What happened?
What is happening?
I don't know. Get rid of some of these
That's
fox
really
animations.
that is really fucking weird. Because I just looked at the sheet that I know I uploaded, and it has one fox ambush on it. That's why I was so confused.
All right,
So I don't. We duplicated something at some point while setting
go for
up.
it.
Can you spawn in the deck again real quick?
I can later.
No, it'll delete the deck.
Oh
if
yeah,
you do
well
it.
yeah. I was gonna say at the end of the game we'll.
I was gonna
make
say you
sure.
can't just spawn a deck to the side.
No.
Oh yeah. I think you can. Yeah, because you're not using the menu.
Right.
Anyways, let's just go.
Yeah.
Let's
We'll just go.
Let's keep going.
So placing a wood here that I can't get to, and a wood here that I can't get to, a wood here, and a wood here. This is a lot of problematic things happening, people. So number one, why did jeez, I'm really mad at myself for doing some dumb stuff.
With the frogs?
No, I literally I have a tricky ears and I threw out a coins.
That's really funny. I'm
It's
not
just-
gonna lie.
It's just like doing dumb things. I'm gonna craft military supplies so at the start of Birdsong I may initiate up to 2 battles, but I have to discard a card from my hand at the end of my turns. I'm gonna throw these 3 cat warriors right here in my keep from High Noon.
Mm-hmm.
Send that to the discard. And then I start the rest of my turn. I think I have to fight you here. I mean, I could just run away, but I don't think I can lose the keep.
Okay.
I think that ends my game here.
Okay.
Unless you're planning on using that somewhere else, but I don't think you are.
There's nothing else. This mouse.
But you're stubborn. Shoot.
It's okay. Just throw yourself against me and let the frogs win.
Yeah, I don't think I can do that, actually. So I want to put these guys probably somewhere else then, don't I?
You should just move right out of that clearing, honestly.
Yeah, well, what I can do is plop these guys down here so I rule this so I can get that wood, at least.
The one thing, though, is like if you march out of this clearing, then he probably just battles you, and then he keeps the service card.
Yeah.
Or the frogs just come in and take everything.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
right. I think I need to keep the guys here, unfortunately, which is annoying. Also, so this is 5, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here. Just, jeez. You guys really,
Well, the frogs, they're just like...
really pinning me in here.
The frogs are very clumped up because
Mhm.
they have no real incentive to, like, I feel like, be anywhere else. Does that make sense? Like, other than small, like, strikes against people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, basically, draw a bunch of cards, set it up, and then whatever you have the most suits for, put them all in battle to try to get points.
Mm-hmm. So I
And
only have...
otherwise, just stick around.
That doesn't
Especially
actually...
near the river.
That
No,
doesn't...
they're frogs.
That doesn't actually help me. I must be able to do something. I could do move, 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 and then build here.
That's the move?
Maybe.
Or do something against frogs so that I maybe don't have to destroy you.
Right.
Oh,
I mean, he's gonna destroy you anyways, but
Well, like up here, like they're just sitting
Well,
in all
that
this.
I know. That's what the problem is that you have so many guys here. I can't even get the wood. I'm definitely gonna go punch that. I think. I think you're right that is the play. Do a move, and punch you here.
Yep.
Any
All right.
Ambushes.
Oh yeah,
Come on,
yeah, yeah.
crappy
Sorry,
roll.
sorry. Other different rolls.
Get these dice out of here.
So we got a
1-1.
1-1,
Ouch.
Yeah.
6 is
and
so weird.
it is weird.
3-2.
3-2. I'll take that. Someone else go clean him up. So that was
Basically.
my 2 actions. I mean my 3 actions.
I wish the weasels could go get it.
Yeah, freaking weasels, go get it.
I don't think they can. It would be very difficult for them, I think.
Gotta throw that out because I don't have that.
It's so rough on the Vagabond to just not have any T's.
Yeah, that is really poopy. That ends my turn. What do we got, Rudy?
I'm gonna refresh the 2 swords and hit cats. I
Hit
don't know.
cats! Why cats? I'm such a nice person. Oh, it also occurs to me that I could have dropped these 3 dudes all the way up here and wouldn't have needed to do that move. I could have just attacked you 3 times. God damn it.
Just do that instead. It's more fun.
Nah, it's fine.
I'm already in my evening, my guy.
Yeah, well, the other thing is, then this also allows me to hypothetically maybe get this wood.
You know, you can
Still.
use your ring in a rest evening.
I could, but what would I do? Take rats out just so I can move next turn easier?
Get-
I am
get
kinda
me
all
up-
over the place.
You could get me up to allied.
I could, but then you
Be
just
easier
hit,
to
I
score
guess you
points.
can't. Oh yeah, that's probably the play.
Get me up to
Yes.
allied and then just start dropping cards on me.
Your
Next-
entire hand just basically
Right.
just turns into points.
Right,
Then
you
I
have
just
you have
score
10,
10 points.
right, you have
next
10
turn.
points in your hand next turn. That brings
It's
you
kinda
right up to
genius.
20.
And then
Right
I'm
right
like-
back up into the bunch, you know? Easy peasy.
Yeah, but by my next turn, y'all will be like there. So.
Man, my spawning is crazy.
Is it crazy good or just crazy weird?
Crazy. I mean, I guess both technically, but mostly crazy good.
I mean, just 3 dudes every turn.
I mean, it feels pretty strong.
Yeah.
Gonna capture your cat.
Be like, if we keep Bivouacs as is, which is a big if.
Right. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of revisions tomorrow.
Yeah.
A lot of revisions tomorrow.
I wouldn't mind them doing that if you had to take like if you were forced to do it in a clearing with a building. You know what I mean? Or token. Like you couldn't just do it for the free one. I don't know.
Hold on, I have to.
Speaking of which, let me send you the file right now, cause
Go ahead. I guess. Yeah. All right. Can't use that move. I'll plant a bivouac. I think we're just fighting this fox clearing here 3 times.
mm-mm.
You got anything? Got any answers for that?
Are you talking to me? I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
sorry. I'm sending.
So, like, when you draw the second card, you have no option. You have to put a camp there.
Oh, well, I could put it.
You
in
could
the
put
move.
it into move, right? So you can always
Then my next card would then have to be either camp or move.
right. So you have to. I like that
So
part of this at the very least. But
So it is possible that you put this here, and then maybe you had like another fox, and you're like, oh shoot, I can't place the camp.
Theoretically,
Yeah.
yes.
right.
Well, then you'd also have to kind of, in the middle of doing it, you'd have to really puzzle over like, okay, hold on, guys, hold on before I draw my 4th card.
Right. Which
Yeah,
I mean, which
that's what I was doing.
which happens with the decree anyway. When people are sitting there going, okay, how do I make sure that this move doesn't fuck me over? So.
Battle away.
Which clearing are you battling? This one? This one.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Go for it.
Are you good? Okay.
Kind of cool. Not
Coolish.
super cool.
3 and 0.
3 and 0.
Yeah, this one isn't this like the same number of points?
Yeah, but
battle again?
if he risks me dying though, or
only
his
1 and
dude
0.
dying.
Or
One,
killing him, yeah.
Right.
All right, 3rd battle. 3 and 2.
3 and 2.
1, 2.
So not quite.
Bloop bloop bloop. So you do get 1 point.
Did you have 2 guys here? I thought you had 1 guy left.
I had 1 guy and 1 wood. And 2 wood. So I got rid of 1 of the wood.
Right, so 1 guy, 1 wood, and then 1 more hit.
It's 3.
Yeah. Sorry, my brain.
So 2 wood gone, and he gets to hold your thing hostage.
Hmm.
So I get 2 points there. And then I will get another 2 points for my barricades. So let me clean this up. We will add a card. We will craft. Hey, check this out. I'm going to spoil your service of the mice.
It's kind of lame.
Oh. Youch. Thanks.
You do get a point, I think. That's how
You
spoil
do.
works,
Yep.
right?
He does get a point. That is true. You get some. I mean, it is one of the many parts of the service cards that makes them balanced is that spoils are in the deck.
Yeah, it's kind of a buzz kill.
You get a point out of it though.
Well, yeah, but I can't let you win by destroying the cats.
No, just the
so-
fact that there's no like telegraphing, right?
For spoil?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you just spoil it.
Mhm.
Especially like
You can, if you happened to have a spoil in your hand, you can counter his spoil. Which is the
how
cool,
many
the cool
spoils
thing.
are there? 3?
3.
Yeah.
So it's not hugely likely. It's happened like once or twice in testing, I think.
No,
does happen.
it's fine. It's fine. And I can't place for my prowess. Because you're a jerk. And I don't know what this is here.
Yeah.
You can probably chew through that.
Yeah, I'll just go wrathful. And I'll craft this service of the mice. Told you something was wrong.
What the fudge happened when we were setting up this deck? I mean, what we can do is collect all the cards at the end and see how many extra cards there are.
You know what might have happened? It might have happened when you reloaded the game.
Could be.
Or when you reloaded the board, because remember it respawned all the normal items
Yeah, but
back underneath.
it shouldn't have respawned the deck though. And we got.
As I was saying, spawn on the deck, because I was just gonna look through it when it wasn't my turn.
Right. But we can't do that now. But we can do it at the end of the. I know that the deck itself is fine, so something got
I'll just
duplicated.
go up here and I'll attack cats.
Okie dokie, no ambush. Sad day.
1 and 1.
Oh, wait, hold on. Ah,
What?
I forgot what cards mean.
I think he thought he got a +1 hit all the time.
Yeah, but I could have easily just done this instead. It's okay. I'll do this now. No, I can't because I already used my command. That sucks. Okay, command again.
Go for it. Once that gets nips
That's 2.
this and this, that's 2 points for you.
All right, and then
I'll give you those 2 points.
prowess up here.
Oh, he might still win anyways.
Yeah, go for it. 2.
So that's 3.
Was that a point for you?
Yeah, that was 1 point. He got a wood.
Do you have one more action?
Yeah.
Yeah, you win then.
Oh man.
Yeah, he just straight up wins. So.
Nice. Kablowy.
Yeah. And I service the mice you.
A double service of the mice. All right, well, let's gather all the cards and see how many extra cards there were. That's what we do.
I will say it's interesting
I
that it seems
deleted
like
a
only
bunch already.
Slug
Oh, that's right, you
was the
deleted-
one with copies.
The
Right.
2 fox ambushes.
Yeah, I think it's only 2. Science.
Science rules.
Science rules. Oop. 55. We're missing those and some of those. Not these. But these. You also had a service of the mice?
One of these is not.
Oh, I grabbed him.
Oh, but shouldn't he have 4?
He should, but he got rid
Oh,
of
there's
he
2.
he
There's
burned
2 here.
he burned one of them.
Oh, I didn't know they were on top of each other. I just saw them like this. So
Yeah.
I was like, he only pulled 2 out.
Right. So there was somehow 64 cards.
So there's an extra service of the whatever.
Right, there's an extra
And a
service
service
and,
of whatever.
and a couple extra of those. Weird, but like here we go, and then I can go and do an additive load. This in, and it's 60 cards, you know, with not 2 of anything. Weird, very weird. All right, well, anyway, let's do some debriefing. On what the heck was going on there.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. I think starting with one of each suit for Woodland Guides would do a lot, and starting with maybe only in one clearing with like 3 dudes and a bivouac or 2 dudes and a bivouac or something like that. That way, like, you could hypothetically have a whole bunch of dudes in the beginning, but not a crazy amount. Because I mean, your first turn you had like 8 dudes on the board or something like that.
Yeah.
It was a
Well,
little
because
crazy.
it was 2 and then 3 and then 3 again right away. So.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, 8, and then I was able to move camp battle. And as you said, there's no punitive measures either.
Right. Right. I mean, my assumption is that the punitive mechanism would be you lose a card from this deck, because then there's a 1 in whatever chance that you're losing a bird card, which would really smart.
Well, I get but you're also not starting with bird cards anymore. So...
Well, you'd start with 1 bird card. You'd start with
bird,
one of each
one
suit.
of each suit. Gotcha,
Right,
gotcha.
including birds. So you'd start with 1 bird card. You'd probably gonna add at least 1, if not 2, on your first turn. So you know.
But like, so what happens if the river clearings? There's no fox in the river clearings, and the first card you draw is a fox.
You don't have to move. Like if you have a fox in this clearing, like you can just move on, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You'd just be
Then
like, okay,
your
that's
first card just becomes useless, so then you draw your next one. It's the mouse.
right.
It could also potentially
put
make
it
the rest of
here.
your slots worthless, though.
Right.
Like if you draw in just the right order and placement is just right, so.
That's where it gets really awkward for your first turn. Like, I like that they're birds. I just think that you need less of them to start, and you need to not have warriors already on the board. So
And
you can't just go and like mega dunk on somebody turn 1.
Right. So you think only 2 or 3? Just 2? So because that forces people to just be like, actually add stuff to it.
Then turn 1 just seems kind of lame. I mean, you'd have to test it, but
I mean, turn 1 is lame for a lot of people, you know. Turn 1 is, you know, just...
Well, that doesn't mean it has to be like that for these guys.
so I'm not super.
The bivouac ability is kind of wonky, for sure.
It's
That's
just very fiddly.
the weakest part of it, of being like, oh, I put this out, and then... I mean, the whole idea had been, it was going to be a reveal spend, where, like, you would... If you wanted to, you could reveal to place a bivouac or spend to place a barricade, being that, like, you'd reveal and then it would take a turn to turn into a barricade. Or you could spend and get the barricade right away. So it was like a cheaper way to get something out. And then when we went to this weird decree thing, I was like, whatever, we'll just throw that as one of the actions. But
Are you into the idea of bag building?
I am. I'm just wondering if we have enough time to futz with that and get to bag building. I could.
Well, these just become suited tokens.
Right. And then
Like
instead
you
of
don't need more than 3 of each is more than enough. So you've got say 12, 3 of each. You start with 3 birds, and then, and then maybe I don't know what you do with camp.
right,
Make one of these. You could make one of these actions like buy more tokens for your bag. Spend a card from hand to buy a token of that suit.
Right. Or it could be that keeping with these suited, that you could then add more of that. The one that you put there, you add another one of that in. I don't know if that ends up fucking stuff up, but
well, because these wouldn't be here, right?
Right. I'm just saying, keeping these as proxies for tokens. Like if you started with.
Oh yeah, like if you put this here and this is a bird card, you can spend any card from hand to add a token to the
Right,
bag.
right. But if it's a fox card, you just spend. I mean, that's where it's like.
If it was fox token.
Right. If it's fox tokens, sorry, yeah, these are being proxies for tokens. Grab those planets. that would be the perfect thing if you have those
Yeah,
grabbable.
I'm trying to grab. I'm trying to grab something.
It could work. It's not. I mean, it is stacking the odds. Yeah, I'm just trying to.
Well, it's just odds.
Right, it's stacking the odds, and then these are stacking the buildings.
You interpret it any way you want.
Right.
So
Oh, there we go. Zero's got us covered.
Yeah.
Right. It could.
Then you need bird ones.
Yeah, we just need burbs.
Yeah, it's never made bird ones for.
Well, how dare you? These can be the bird ones. Right. Make them blue on the edges. There we go. Yeah, it could be something like that. And then the question is just like, is it like when you place one here in that, you just add another one? Maybe it's not even spending cards. So like, that's how you kind of continue to add things, is whatever ends up landing here. Which could add up really fast, because you could just be like, all right, fine. Like my first turn, I'll like move here, and then I'll place, that and a bird here, so I get another bird. You could do some crazy stuff. I think you'd need.
If like you have them limited like this, I'm using cats.
No, I know. That's why I was moving this away so that we could.
So you start. You're just like done. Or maybe you want to like dump your first thing and just get more in, and your starting hand is say like.
I don't even know if you need to incorporate the cards from your hand into this part.
But then you have something to do with your cards. Right? It's like, okay, so now I'm going to move.
No, that's true.
And I'll camp to add in another, well, I can't do a bird, but I can do anything I want. So I'll add 2 of these into the bag. Which I have a bag right here. Right, and the next turn, because maybe you're going to be like, oh, I'm camping out in in rabbit. And now, next time you go, you've got, okay. And now I can pull 4 out. So I'm like, okay, well, move is good because I knew that was good. And I'm going to move. No, I'm going to put this.
Here,
Because
so
I
I
got to
can.
spend something. And then, yeah, and then I'll do this. And then I'll spend 2 more, say, because I got another bird card. Ooh, I love bird cards. Now you'd be like, oh, sweet. And then if you want to do more battles or more moves, you have to spend less. Plus, you're resource limited, so eventually you'd lose.
Right.
And then punitive is something to like ruin the bag.
Right, and punitive could just be remove one of the tokens from the bag at random.
In fact, if you don't return these at the end of your turn, then people would be able to know. They'd be like, "Oh, well, now I can remove one of the ones that's already in here. Oh, I know there's a bird in there. I'm gonna hit him right now."
Yeah, but I also feel like then the cross of that is all of your birds are out, and someone doesn't want to go hit you because they're not going to get rid of a bird. You know.
Well, but they're still good. They're still in action.
Mm.
It just means if they're
Yeah.
all there,
Well,
then the odds,
yeah.
like, it just means, like, because then the person who's attacking, like, I find, like, the thing that really I don't like about the dice is that, like, I have no idea how it's going to go against you, so I don't want to bother.
Right.
With this, at least, I kind of have a better idea about what I'm going to do to you.
Mm-hmm.
So then I have a decision. I can make a more educated decision about how I actually try to stop you.
Right.
This might not be the time. This might be your stubborn. Right, when all your birds are out, that might be your stubborn. It's like, oh, I'll wait for that.
It's something to think on. I'm not convinced about that part, but I am convinced probably about the bag building. I like that. Well, although I do have to consult with my co-designer's hero.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm here.
What do you think of the of bag development as opposed to doing card deck thing?
I mean, I don't think it actually changes much. I don't think it fixes any problems we had, like not any real problems.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Getting rid of the bivouacs.
It gets rid of
That
the
was my point.
Right. It gets rid of the bivouacs in a way that is interesting, and it deals with.
Yes, but I don't think the bivouac was the problem either. I mean, I don't think it was particularly useful.
I mean, it got you a lot of like free recruiting.
Yeah, no, I mean that's the thing. It was mostly free recruiting. I already have free recruiting.
Right.
Like that's the thing. Is like the recruiting's too strong. It's just I just get 3 warriors. No one else just gets 3 free warriors.
Yeah, but if you're decimated, then it's a huge deal.
Well, I mean, part of that might get mitigated by what I was about to say, which is simplifying this to 3 dice. When you're attacking, you take the highest 2, and when you're defending, you take the lowest 2. Because that means when you're attacking, you're doing a lot of damage, but then you're going to be taking a lot of damage. So if you want to, like, part of what was going on is you were throwing just as many things into battle as possible because you were mitigating your losses there. And then if we came and attacked you, we were also mitigating losses. So there's no point in time where you were actually taking that many hits. But if you were like, all right, I'm going to do 4 attacks, but it's like, okay, and you lost 2 dudes, and now you just lost 3 dudes, and now you just lost another 2 dudes, like, you're going to be burning through your warriors really fast if it's the highest 2, because you're almost never going to get a 0.
That's true. Like the opposite of armor.
Right. So when you're attacking, it's the opposite of armor, and when you're defending, it is super armor, which is, good, because then it's like, okay, if I want to move out and be attacking people, it's gonna cost me a couple extra warriors, and then I can fall back and defend a couple areas, and I can rest assured that those areas are gonna, kind of stay defended. But I don't think that their scoring is strong enough that they could just turtle on a couple clearings. Half of the reason you got up this high is you were able to move around and hit a crap ton of points.
Yeah, I will say by removing the bivouac, that also takes away a lot of opportunity to get the barricades on the map.
Right. That is true. You were getting a lot of free barricades, which I actually kind of feel like is good. You were getting like almost too many barricades.
So the problem becomes, how do you get barricades out now? Because it can't just be exclusively to this one section right here, because that's how they score.
Right. I mean, it could be. I'd have to think on that one. I mean, it might be that doing.
See, I still say we go back to the original plan of they can't actually remove buildings or tokens, and when they would, you instead get the barricade.
And then in addition to also being able to lay siege
Sure.
as the last one.
I mean, look, I basically never. I think I used the siege action once in this game.
Right, because your bivouacs were so powerful.
Right.
Well, that's where I'm wondering if we changed it over and forced it to just be this, whether it would force you to go deep.
I mean, it would feel horrible, like, to ever do it. Like, I would never actually want to, and I would only be able to do it maybe once a turn, if that. Because it's at the end, and I would have to
Right.
discard a card each time I did it.
Well, now it wouldn't be discard a card. It would be remove.
Or remove a token.
It'd
It
be
doesn't
remove a
matter.
token from your
Token's
bag.
still pretty
Right.
bad.
Right. Maybe.
Like, it being at the end and also discarding a token or whatever.
Right. Would it feel better about if these frogs were shifted one up? Like
no, not really.
if all of those icons were flipped, so you had 5 actions more.
Not really. I don't think
more
so.
early.
Because like all that doesn't really, like, it does. The problem isn't that I don't have enough cards to get here. It's like, sure, I'll have 5, and like, oh, maybe I could put, like, an extra guy here, but then I'm still putting this guy here, and then he's just gone.
Right. But you're like getting rid of 1 and adding 2.
Or I guess it could be like 2 or whatever, but
Right. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna get rid of 1 and add 2 this turn, and then I don't know. It's a good point. Maybe it might be something we just need to mull over for the next day or two to figure out exactly.
personally, I'd just like to do more with the barricades.
More with the
I
barricade.
feel like that's the meat.
The meat's the
like-
barricades, and I'll be honest. I do feel like the decree is a little bit tacked on because you wanted it, but
We just
I
need.
kind of love how this decree works, though.
I mean, it's not like it's the
one
decree's
at a
bad.
time.
I
and
just
then
don't
it's getting
know.
added on each turn. I really do like it.
But like this element and this, and like the decree and the siege engines are basically just 2 different elements.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing is, like, if you've got these like moves as your like daylight, and you just have first, second, third, you basically just like draw. You could just have them here. Oh, okay. Well, I'll move. I drew this one. Okay, I'll put this one in and then I'll put this one in this or whatever.
Right.
Like, they don't have to be at the top.
Right.
Although if they're lily pads, they'd be really cute. Hopping orders.
It was more yeah. Then you can hypothetically do it. You could do all 6 and move if you really wanted to. You know. What about? Wondering if we can like mix siege and camp a little bit, where like camp is a worse version of siege without it being bivouac. If that makes sense.
Well, if you put your bivouac here and your add to the bag here, that gives you more incentive to like go further.
That could be it.
Right? Because you're never going to have more actions.
Right. Because if you just sit, yeah, you want more than. But then we probably need to have 4 things in the starting bag, or we'd have to have 4.
Yeah. So then you could do your 1 per token. I knew I had these somewhere.
Right. Because then okay, my first turn I got that. Okay, then I can I can siege
which you
in
might have to
here.
forego. You know, if you can't afford to do this, you
Right.
could always forego it just to get here, to then add something to the bag. Oh, I've got a bird, so I'm going to add a bird to the bag. Now, next time, the bag is better.
Some.
I think I like that idea. That was putting the bag builder at the fourth slot here, if anything.
At the fourth slot, and do
'Cause
one of each. So then
I-
your first turn is usually going to be probably just like move, maybe battle. If you're super lucky, you can build a barricade, but probably not. And maybe the barricade isn't get rid of out of this, but it's just discard a card from your hand that matches, and then it's add one. So it's like, okay, I spent 2 of my cards, I added 1, I was able to place a barricade on my first turn, I battled, maybe didn't.
Yeah, or even if you kept it with, yeah, 4.
Something like that.
And you draw them, and you're like, oh, I've got this, and then okay.
Right.
Well, I think the idea is you have to put that in move now.
Right,
So.
but that has to go into move. Ooh. Did they reset or?
No,
Or
he left one in there.
Or with the pushing your luck thing, what if like you could place it anywhere, but you will eventually have to place one here? That way on turn 1, you know that somehow you're going to be able to move. But like if you put them here and you're like, well, oh yeah, I definitely want to do battle, but then you're like, oh shit, but I can't move from there. Okay, I got to put this here. And then I'm going to have the bivouac somewhere. Oh, but I think I'll push my luck. Oh, phew, I got it.
But and then what? Like if you just called it wrong, then just like
You'd be able to move and that's it.
Because like too much like pushing.
Well, I mean, playing the odds.
Right. Figuring out something with odds.
I do like just like I do like that the buying stuff for the bag here just kind of it just gives you more to do. Otherwise, I feel like it's always just like. Plus, I was thinking too, like, why wouldn't you just turn 1 and be like, oh yeah, boom, 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 dump my hand.
Right.
That'll work. Turn 1.
Right.
You know, so I do
bag
like that
bag developed. Right.
Yeah, so I like that the bag developing is here. The bivouacs are or the barricades
the siege
are here.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah.
And that kind of makes it interesting. I like the push your luck in general. Because I just like if you draw the first one, it's like move, and it just sucks, and you're like, oh, well, there we go.
I will say, does something like this with the barricades cause its own issue?
Well, you'd have to. I would say you'd still have to rule, and you'd still have to discard a matching card, probably, or something like that. I think barricades are so good enough that you probably have to discard a card.
Yeah, these two make sense to discard it, like spend a card. So it's like you're either building your bag up or you're building your point scoring.
Right. So I mean, you probably
they'd have to have pretty good card draw, like decent card draw.
Right.
Yeah, which means that a balanced approach is better because a balanced approach will allow you to do this while also adding
and then later on they get all of a sudden now they have 5. Oh, okay, cool. Now I get this. You know, I can move and then do a thing.
And then next time you're like, okay, well now what we got? I want to battle here. I don't want to risk it because I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna put this here just in case. I'd like to add more to the bag. What's left in here? There's 2. It's a bird and a fox. Either one will be fine. I might have to have one more move. Perfect.
Huh.
Maybe. Boingy, 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 boingy.
Happy frogs.
It's definitely the things in it that interest me the most. This didn't even interest me as much. And the bivouacs didn't interest me very much. Just personally.
Yeah. I mean, the bivouacs were the weakest. I like the 3 dice just as like an interesting combat ability, and it's another way of stacking the odds.
I still think it should be focused around the barricades. Like
Yeah.
just more I just think more
I mean,
pieces needed to have to deal with the barricades.
in what way?
Uh,
Explain that. Let's talk more about that.
well, they basically just, like as it is right now on the board, they just go out and then you're done interacting with them.
I don't know why this has to be the battle thing. I'd rather the barricades were the battle thing.
Yeah, I mean the weird thing. I think it was a weirdness in that it used to be you only got this extra dice if you were attacking a barricaded person or if they were attacking you back. But then that was weird because that's how we were scoring. So
Yeah.
you're like, okay, I'm gonna score a point off of this one way or the other. So then the only time you were using this extra dice was basically to police somebody, because you're like, okay, I'd love to get this point, but I have to police the cats right now. So I'm gonna use
Well,
my
it's like
advantage to hit them to get through to this cardboard, which I would have gotten the point for anyway, but now I'm actually policing them. So it's just a
no,
little
but it's like
wonky.
if you get the bonus from a barricade on attack or something, right? Not defending,
Hmm.
but like on attacking, then it incentivizes you to siege territory, to get one in there, which will then allow you to dig out anyone as they come in to try to defeat their thing.
Yeah.
You'll be better at rooting them out. And then if somebody comes in, you're not also super strong on the defense, but at least people can't get your thing. So you're protecting like the buildings because you score points off them, not by destroying them, but by holding them hostage.
Yeah,
Mm.
I was really surprised when you're like, but you can destroy the buildings you've captured. I'm like, why though?
That seems weird. I like that they're like kind of like, in a toadish way, like my building. Go
Right.
away.
I mean, I guess I'd
The
be
dice just seems messy. Like to me, as someone who's going in, like if it's a battle ability, like oh well, I gain an extra hit or ignore one hit, is really easy for me to like figure into my calculations, like whether I want to go in or not. This is just like I don't know.
Mm.
So it just seems kind of
I think you should just make it this.
fiddly.
make it what? Oh, the foul
But like
play.
not a bird card. Like just make it
Right,
a card,
discard a matching
re-roll one
card
dice.
to re-roll a dice in a battle. I mean that might be cleaner
that's a berry.
and less like kooky crazy, and just be like, oh, you have to like watch out because in a battle, in a siege, in a barricaded area, I could re-roll a dice. It could be that.
Yeah.
Mm. Interesting. Well, I mean,
like that the barricades would give you ability, but I just think like being an offensive with it, because then it also means that you don't just want to turtle up, you want to spread out and get more stuff.
right. I guess I'm just like thinking over combining all of those things, like why, like, okay, if I move in here and then throw a barricade under this, what incentive do I have to actually attack these cats?
So that they can't battle you out because you don't have a defense ability. You want to keep this area clear of cats so that you hold their buildings.
Plus, this is still a point for you, so they don't want you to have a barricade out.
Right. I guess I see that if you didn't have a defensive ability, then they just fight and root you out, and then you wouldn't get your point. Okay. I could see that working.
Yeah, and that way, once you've taken this, it's like, well, now we've taken this, but we need more points. Okay, frogs, move out. Take more ground. Take more ground.
Right, get that one.
And then everyone's trying to come in. It's like, you don't have a defense ability, but if they want this, they still have to get through this.
And if they don't, then they're bad luck for them when your turn comes around.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, the way this is rearranged right now with the decree, you get to slap down your camps and then battle. So.
Right. So then you'd be able to like move in and be like, all right, I plop this down. Now I have advantage over you. Now I go and attack you. Whether that's the extra dice or whether it's a +1 to attacks, or me and Zero can figure out what that bonus ends up being. Whether it's foul play or an extra dice or just an additional hit or something like that. I don't know. We'll talk it through and figure out a bonus. But Yeah. Would that that them giving you an actual ability does it was a little. I wanted it to be a little bit silly, and it ended up being very silly. They just always had better battles, no matter what.
Too good at battling.
It was a very clean ability, but just because an ability is clean does not make it good. Today we learned.
Also, it would be cool, actually, I think, because the crafting, to me, at the end got a little comical. Maybe it's because there's just not enough of a use for the cards, but it might be interesting that you only craft with other factions' crafting pieces that are barricaded.
Yeah, it gets. I mean, it's possible. The icky thing about that is like Otter's pieces are not technically their crafting pieces.
But that's just
they're just
one.
trade posts, and you don't get any crafting pieces off of a vagabond being in play, which you already don't get. So like, I'm just in a game that was like Otters and vagabond and
That's it.
and badgers, you'd be like, all right, great. I would just
Well,
like
their way station.
right. They're I'm saying the way stations are the only thing you're using to craft in that entire game, and there's only three
And relics.
Right, but those aren't crafting pieces. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
Right. So if
Okay.
it was all the pieces, then at least you're being able to use trade posts, to craft.
Yeah.
I think part of it is also very very pointedly and on purpose. Dawn and Dusk has slightly cheaper crafting costs, so that kind of added to it. So,
But the crafting at the end, I don't know. The crafting at the end was just kind of.
it could
I
be
mean, I just had a lot of crafting power.
you had a lot of crafting power. I also just like by default throw crafting into evening, but there's nothing saying that it couldn't be during daylight. Like before you start resolving this, so you have to have them stick around for a whole turn. And which kind of is like, okay, you've used a whole turn of barricading these and putting these people to siege. You've gotten the stuff out of it, so it could be thematic for it to be at like the start of daylight.
Well, yeah, because you don't even have the engines of war anymore, right?
Right.
Because they get placed here.
Right. So
you could just have that happen before, because then you're also not planning it out like, well.
Right, having it happen at. I mean, you could throw
at
out
start of daylight even.
Right, you could throw out all your stuff and be like, okay, now that I've planned out my turn, let me craft something real quick and then go. I mean, that's how the birds work, right?
Yeah, no, I think that makes sense.
Okay. I think that is probably enough things for me and Zero to haphazardly do, especially because I have a crazy busy week, so the amount of stuff I can edit is limited.
Because like you've got a coin in hand, you just do this.
Right.
And you're like, oh, here's my coins done. Oh, look, here I got 2 coins in my hand.
Right, but I mean, doing that, you'd need to have cards to discard that aren't the coins to be able to actually build those.
Right.
And then you have to wait a whole turn to actually do them if it's start of daylight.
That's what I mean. If it started, I mean, as it was before, right? You kind of just go in,
right,
and just like put it down, and
and just wait. Yeah, I like start of daylight.
Weasels.
Well, that was cool. I look forward to Weasels. I hope that they're awesome because I love the idea of a faction that can move around.
Are you still recording?
Yeah, I'm still recording.
Technically, yes.
Otherwise, then I wouldn't show.
I'm always still recording, but we can end the recording and then you can show me the cool stuff.
Sure.
We didn't talk about the ring either.
We did not talk about the ring. It didn't really super come up a lot. Rudy.
It doesn't always.
I actually I realized like on my last turn I could have gotten 16 points.
Jesus Christ!
Because of it. Because so I had 5 cards in hand. I would have flipped here. It was bird and bunny cards. I would have just
dumped all of them on me for 10 points.
Dumped all of them on me. I still would have had 2 boots. Oh no, it didn't work.
Well, because you also have to do it at night. But I think it would be useful. I think you didn't have the game for it, and my starting hand was TT, and then the next 2 cards that I drew were Service of Mouse, Service of the Mouse. Oh. So I never had cards that I wanted to spend, which was part of like.
I feel like this is maybe a bit like compared to some of the other ones. a bit too hard to do. Like when I read
Well, it's a
through
risk.
them.
Because you could just put one card up, right?
But like, show me like you could. Well, you couldn't put. I guess you could put one.
If you
creature
put
below
then
0.
it's a you
But
could
then
roll
you're
it's a
you
1
have
in
one in
4
4.
chance. Yeah.
and then
So
it's just
2
a
cards
wasted
gets
card.
you.
Like I think that's like too feels bad. Like I think some of these
But putting 2
I
cards
feel
up.
like are a lot easier to do. Like the
Well, but they're not all supposed to be the same. There's only one other capture rule. It's this one. Or no, 2 more.
yeah, I think like this is like really easy in comparison.
For
Yeah, but
Vagabond, it's
they
definitely
don't
not.
always have to be easy. They're different.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying like they're
different
not
combinations
like
of
this
'em.
feels a lot harder, and then it just doesn't get moving hands a lot.
Well, I think I don't
But
think
it
it's
could.
necessarily that it was that much harder. I think it was that much harder, and this didn't affect either
Yeah,
of us.
like if this was there.
Right. Like, if this was one of the abilities that me or Zero could have used, then I could have definitely done this. I just didn't want it. So
I also had this side of the board completely empty, so I didn't need it. But like to put 2 cards up for a 50% chance is pretty good.
right.
Yeah.
I think it was a lot of things
Especially
colluding
because
to
then you
make
can-
this particular combination with these particular factions and not worth it for him.
And like remember for me, for the rat, this is really only good for me once. So it's basically a matter of positioning myself in a situation to put 2 cards up, to risk it, grab the ring, exhaust it in evening, score my big whammy points, and then I have no way of refreshing the ring. But the
Right.
ring is refreshed when it is taken by somebody else.
Yeah.
Right. But
So I think it's fun.
when it's in your command, if it's exhausted, does it not count as being in your horde?
It is still in your horde, but I can't exhaust
So
it
right,
for the ability
right.
again.
So you do get some benefit from it.
It's kind of like this one. I had this one in 1, and I really had a good time with that.
Mhm.
But I really just used it. I got it really early, and I
Mhm.
used it like turn 2 or something. And I was like, yeah, I'll just incite with all of my cards and then discard nothing and draw 5. There we go. It's
Yeah.
exhausted, but I used it well.
Mhm. Interesting. All right. Well, we will
Weasels?
weasels. We'll look at weasels in a second. Let me sign off real quick. I'm gonna try and get this posted literally this week so people can look at things and promote Root Jam. When people do start posting stuff for Root Jam at the beginning of next week, it'll be Monday, I think, is when all of the stuff is due. Everyone go and make sure you vote. The more, I think, what is it? We have to get at least 10 votes on a faction for it to get an extra $10 per faction. So go and vote for all of them so that we can raise money for Doctors Without Borders. Because why not?
That one's fun.
You know, it's just sitting around and looking at fun factions and voting on them. With that,
I like this one.
yeah. With that, we will see you all next week, or maybe not. There's some other weird stuff going on next week, so we might not see you next week, but we'll see you around. Like, subscribe, comment on cool stuff, or comment on what your Root Jam faction is that you're working on. With that, we'll see you next time. Ta-ta!
Ooh.
Ciao.